Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for standing by while we got all of our preparations situated. As always, we're coming at you live from the Nevada desert. As always, the dudes, accompanied by Ava, as you can tell.
Cheers to you folks.
She's stoked.
We're drinking some sparkling wine here.
Yeah.
And it's a celebration stream on a 5:30. So it's 5:30 somewhere. It's 5:30 here. So we're just letting you guys know. Go ahead and have at it. Do what you want. It's just fun, dude. We're doing it a little bit early, so I figured, you know what? Let's buy something we don't usually buy. So we got some sparkling bubble stuff, and we're just chilling on it.
Yeah.
It's nice. I enjoy it so far.
Yeah, thank you. Also, thank you for sharing me some.
Yeah,
cheers.
Dude, let's get this ASMR going. No, it'll be loud because it's crystal.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. That was fucking, jeez, thank you.
I don't know if the mic picked it up.
I hope so. I clipped it. We'll see. That was a good clink, dude. Jeez, man.
Yeah, it had a good resonance.
Shut up, Chop. Welcome back from Mexico.
Oh, Chopper was in Mexico, huh?
Yeah. But so that's what we were talking about. So yeah, Buffalo Trace versus Bullet. So Buffalo Trace and Bullet are almost identical cost-wise. And I'd say they're probably like the same quality for the most part. But I think people kind of like people talk higher of Buffalo Trace.
You think?
Yes. And I think it's because of the whole Rogan thing.
Oh, okay. I see.
I think there's like it's like a kind of a cult following.
Yeah.
At this point,
well,
like
anything that if Rogan endorses something, tons of people are gonna buy it.
For sure. Yep.
So.
Chop said Ola Primos. Hella freaking said Sick Flute Champagne ?
Yeah. I mean, it's Prosecco.
Prosecco.
You know, but I mean, most people, pretty much, you get the drift.
Yeah.
I bought a cheap bottle I had the cheapest bottle I could find. I was talking to him about. We were talking a little bit before the show. We were talking about. No, you can get champagne in. America.
Yeah.
But champagne is only grown in Champagne.
I buy this Prosecco.
Yeah, that Prosecco's great. That's
good.
That's great. So
I buy it a lot for mimosas.
Yes.
Instead of a champagne. Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Like, so if you're going to like, hey, somebody wants us to get, especially if you need to get like a bottle, or if you're going to get 2 bottles, definitely get like a Prosecco like this. Yeah. And this is the most famous Prosecco you'll see in a grocery store. So like, this is a go-to. This is you'll score. It'll be fine. It's perfect. You don't need to do anything fancy.
It's good too.
Yeah, it'll get the job done. Prosecco, yeah.
I have like 2 things that I go to because I drink mimosas, like, I wouldn't say super frequently, but like.
No, you like them.
Yeah, I like a mimosa, like especially like a weird mimosa, like I'll do champagne and strawberry lemonade, or like raspberry lemonade.
So, dude, I was introduced to that recently.
Did you go to Squeeze In?
No.
Okay.
I went to shout out to my friend Cole and Jenna. That I went to their wedding.
Oh yeah.
And when I went to that, you were over in Georgia, I think.
I believe so.
Anyways, so this dude. So me and Calder went. We drove across Idaho, but I don't know who it was, but there was some lady there. I was just getting into wine, and so I was like, "Oh, I know how to open up a champagne bottle." And they were doing a champagne bar.
Yeah.
So they did a champagne bar, and there was this lady there. It was like me and the lady were the first ones to the champagne bar, so you get it like she was like a wine hotel. And she taught me a lot. She taught me that. She's like, no, you don't just need to do orange juice.
It doesn't have to be now.
She's like, I do pomegranate. That's the other big one.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I looked this up, and it's so orange juice is the number 1, obviously, but then pomegranate is the number 2.
Whoa.
Yeah, people like pomegranate.
Okay, so I love pomegranate juice.
Not just pomegranate, but they'll do strawberry pomegranate.
Yeah. So I love pomegranate juice. So I would be I've never tried that, but I'm a huge fan of pomegranates and pomegranate juice. I love it. It's one of my favorite fruits.
Do that with a mimosa.
Yeah.
So what was the one you said? Strawberry what?
Strawberry lemonade.
That sounds pretty good.
So
too.
if you go to
I like the lemonade,
I think it's Squeezin'. It could be Two Chicks. It's one of the 2 breakfast places in Reno, right?
See, dude,
like
that's where I get crazy. I start thinking about like, what are you gonna pair the citrus with? Yeah. I'm thinking like there's certain types of, you got to get a fruity champagne. Anyways.
Yeah. For sure. I mean,
okay,
and
so
it does help.
Is Two Chicks?
Hella friggin' said vodka and vitamin water. That sounds disgusting.
Okay, so there's Two Chicks, has it, you said, and
it's either Two Chicks or Squeezin'. I can't remember which one because me and Julia go pretty frequently.
Two Chicks.
Probably.
That sounds like a Two Chicks thing.
It does, but they do a bunch of different mimosas, but they have like one of those places has a strawberry lemonade one, and I got it and I was like, dude, this is fucking great. And then so I bought like a bottle of hella friggin' said whiskey and chocolate milk. Whiskey and white milk, dude. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, I actually like a White Russian.
I love a White Russian, yeah. But so I went and it was a few weekends ago, there was football on. And I was at Smith's the night before, so I just got like a bottle of Cook's. Cook's like just cheap champagne. And then a thing of like Minute Maid, like raspberry lemonade. And I was like, if Two Chicks can do it, I can do it, you know? And I freaking just mix them together and it's great. It's great. I like it way better than orange juice. And I use way less lemonade than orange juice, like than a standard place would use orange juice.
Okay.
So like I do majority champagne and then just kind of like
okay,
top a little bit of lemonade in it.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to get it. You got to make sure they bring you the bottle. If you're doing okay, let's get a little privileged here, right? If you go and get champagne at a brunch place or mimosas at a brunch place, and it's the type of place that just brings you out a glass of a mimosa.
Yeah.
And they don't bring you at least the rest of the small little champagne, or they don't bring you, if you're with a group of people, they don't bring you the whole bottle. Then you picked the wrong restaurant to go do your brunch at.
Yeah. So Two Chicks
you're probably cheating. Just some cheap ass Denny's place.
Two Chicks will bring out the bottle, and it's normally nothing nice, but they'll bring out the bottle and they'll make it at the table. Yeah, they'll make it at the table.
It's not. of course not.
Yeah, but they'll make it at the table so you can like see what they're using.
Exactly.
And they'll fill your cup up at the table.
They leave it, huh?
Yes.
That's okay. So that is a sign of a good restaurant.
Yeah.
Like a good brunch place.
Yeah.
Because the places that bring out you just like, here's your mimosa glass. They put in this much mimosa and a bunch of orange juice, and then you're gonna have to order another one, and it's a hack place, and you're at Denny's. I don't know what you
watch the one at Two Chicks or at Squeeze In, dude. Fucking they put like, I was watching one time because I was like, oh, like we got to go grocery shopping after this. Like I need to stay like relatively sober, but I was like, I can have a mimosa. Like it's one mimosa, and it wasn't even in a flute, dude. It was in a big, like it was in a white wine glass, and they filled it all the way up with champagne. And then she like comes with the orange juice and was like, boop, and was like, enjoy, and walked off. And I was like, lady, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like normally that's great. But I was like, it was like the one time where I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to get this weak ass mimosa and then I'm going to be able to like function for the rest of the day. And she poured me an entire fucking glass of champagne and then just topped it with orange juice. And I drank the whole thing and was like, all right, I got to stop. I drank it all before my food came out too.
Brunches are, you got to be really, if you're planning on driving somewhere, that's so risky because like you're going to be fucked.
Well, I drank the one that was before my food came and I was like, bro, I can't do another. And so I ate my food afterwards and like hung out.
It helps.
And then I sat up and I was like, all right, like, thank God I can like, I'm like good now. But like, yeah, it's same thing. Like it wasn't like like you said, no Denny's mimosa. It was like a proper mimosa. It was all fucking
Well, that's
champagne.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind you can tell that's one of the things you'll be able to spot between a good restaurant and like some sort of like hacky chain. Is like a good restaurant is gonna especially if it's, I don't know, maybe it's I don't know if you're just doing a mimosa by yourself though too. I mean, whatever, do what you want to do. But usually it's like a social thing. You know, you go out with a bunch of people. You're having
it's
brunch,
a group thing. Yeah.
And so yeah, they should probably bring a bottle.
I agree.
And here's the thing, it's, you know, if they don't bring out a bottle and it's a nice place or something, at least you have me as a friend, because I'm gonna be like, hey, can you bring out the bottle?
Yeah.
Like we're trying to have fun here.
Yeah.
And they'll say, yeah, sure, of course. And maybe they'll charge you like something. They'll charge you the whole price of the bottle or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would do it, but I mean that's how it needs to be done.
I agree.
That's how it needs to be done.
I agree.
If you're gonna do mimosas,
And like I said, yeah, Two Chicks does that a lot, especially if you order two. If you order one, they normally won't leave the bottle. But if you order two, they'll leave it, because like two mimosas, like that's pretty much going to kill the.
Well, so what? Yeah, so a lot of times too, like the little small ones.
Yeah, the tiny little. So that's normally what I buy of this La Marca Prosecco. Is I normally buy the tinies.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah,
that's if it's just you and Julia or something, and you guys are just doing it, like you just need one bottle.
Yeah,
I mean maybe you buy.
If you're exactly. So that's the thing, like right, like you could make probably one mimosa out of like the little bottle. You could make one mimosa per person.
Two.
You think two?
Yeah.
See, I go heavy
Maybe
on
three.
them. I go heavy on them though.
Still though, I mean, how much were you feeling like fill up? What are you filling it up to here?
I wouldn't do it out of a flute. That's the thing. I would use a bigger glass. So out of a flute, yes, you could make multiple.
Well, but I mean, that's the serving size though. So then you're just, I guess.
So normally I would.
Hold on. Sorry.
No, you're good.
This will make it clear. So like this is the serving size. So when I'm saying two, I'm talking about two of these.
Yeah.
So if you're saying like, oh well, I just make one big one, that's still two of these.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
So so that'll make two of these.
The little bottle, yes, easily, yes.
Probably three if you're making them light.
Probably.
If you want to make them light.
Yeah.
But you can definitely
do two heavy pours. Yes.
Fill it up to like here, and then you just do like here.
Yep. So I use they're not flutes. They're like sour beer glasses, but do you see them down there? Like they're like they have a base on them and they're like flute. I use those.
Those are pretty big though.
Yeah. They're probably about two of these.
Yeah.
And so that's normally like, that's normally what I would make. Like I could make a tiny bottle go into that, and it would be a pretty stiff drink, but I would have like one of them.
Yeah, and that's a stiff drink.
Yeah,
too.
That's
gonna be a stiff.
That's
drink.
like a one and done.
So that's all you need.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's like what, $3, $4, $6 maybe.
I think it's $5 or $6. Yeah, very cheap. Hello Friggin said, "What's the longest you've gone sober?"
Question. He's
probably
on
2 months.
Hello Friggin's on the sober arc.
Yeah, he's on sober October, right? I think I've done 2 months. 2 months before. Not by choice. He said, my new vape tastes like Red Bull. First substitute job tomorrow. 4th and 5th grade Spanish and English. That's sick.
What's the idea, Hello Friggin? I don't want to, I don't think you don't need to pinhole yourself. I don't think you need to be like an AA pinhole, like straight edge. But I know you're doing your own thing. I mean, like, do you have a goal? Or I think, honestly, from what I know from the AA guys, the best way to stay sober is like, dude, you can get ripped tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow you can get ripped. Like you can have a great time. You can do all that party, fucking pep in your step, finger snapping all the way down the street, freaking jamming out with your sunglasses down. You can do all that tomorrow. But today, all you got to do is stay sober.
Yep.
All you got to do today is just stay sober.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's the AA perspective is like, and then when you wake up the next morning, like, well, I don't know what the hell's going to happen to me tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen to me tomorrow, but today, like that's how AA people stay
I've heard a lot of people
sober today,
Yep.
and you just stay in that now sort of space.
I have quite a few relatives who are in AA, and they have that same mentality of like, who knows? Yeah, I could go fucking off the rails tomorrow.
You can't future trip, man.
Hella freaking said, you don't got to preach AA to me. I have 2 sober parents, like 5 small TZs.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know. I guess that's why I am I'm not preaching it to you, but I'm talking with you about that because I know that like
he would
your
know
parents maybe are like down. So you're like hip and jive with the AA thing. You know? I know some things. Maybe you might know some of these things. Some other people might know some of these things.
Hella freaking said the reason he's not, or that he's staying sober this month is he said, I just feel like I needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
perfect,
so
dude.
I feel like that's
taking
like
power is like great.
But I feel like that's like, it's one of those things where like a lot of people, especially for like sober October, like it's like the cool thing to do. It's like no shave November. Like people are like, oh, I'm going to do sober October. Like, and it's just like, cause everybody else is doing it. You know what I mean?
Like a meme, you mean?
Yeah. In a sense, like I know a lot of people that just like do it for the meme.
But what's necessarily against that? I don't think I can say.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I can say because Hella Friggin's like, you know, I like talked to him or whatever. I don't think he's necessarily doing sober October.
I think he said those exact words the other day.
I know, but I think if he said that, and I don't want to put words on his mouth because I know he's not streaming here, but I think he'd probably agree with me that I don't think he's like really taking part in sober October. He's more so just like, I think from what I know, talking to him. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me stop talking for him. But from what I know, I think he just like, that was what he was going to do.
Yeah. He said, I never planned it, but I was sober October 1st and said, I might as well keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like a sober October thing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I commend that. Like my big thing too is like, I'm like of the believer that like when you quit things cold turkey, like that's when shit goes bad for the most part. Like that's like normally what causes people like to go off the deep end and like snap on things. Not necessarily with like sober October, but like a lot like with dieting. It happens a lot with dieting. You'll go on a super strict diet and you say, I'm going to do this diet for a month. And you have 0 carbs for an entire month, right? And then at the end of the month, you're like, wow, I feel great. Okay, my diet's over. And then you know what the first thing you do is? You go get a fucking hamburger and fries and potatoes and chips. And then you do it the next day and the next day and the next day because you're like, oh, I haven't had carbs in so long. Like, the fucking carbs are delicious. You know what I mean? And that's what I did when I was on keto. I cut out all this shit. And then as soon as my keto cycle was over, I fucking binged on everything that I was missing. And I put on all of the weight that I had lost. And then so once I realized like, oh, like the key is like, you just need to do it in moderation. Like you can't cut all that shit out cold turkey and like, dude. And then bring it back and have it like not affect you. So like what I did was just like, yeah, Hella freaking said truth.
Yeah, dude, I feel like you're preaching. Keep going, dude. I feel like you're the Buddha right now. Tell me about the middle path.
Well, so that was my thing too, is like, same thing, like for a while, like, that was like my nightly routine. I would get home from work, I'd have a whiskey, I'd go to sleep. I'd get home from work and have a whiskey, I'd go to sleep. And like, obviously, like it wasn't ever at the point where I was like dependent on alcohol. It was just like the nightly routine. I would just have my little whiskey drink. And like, it eventually was like, oh, it was just like, it wasn't like to get drunk. It was just like, I like whiskey. I have whiskey. Like I'm going to drink a whiskey. And then, so like, that's where I got to the point where I was like, okay, like everything in moderation. Like I was like, I don't need to like cut out drinking. Cause eventually, like when you start drinking again, you're just going to go to the bar and just go get fucked up. So that's, I was like, oh, if I just like, instead of doing sober October, I was like, I just don't drink during like work nights. Like there's no reason to drink during the work nights, but there's also like no reason to like cut out liquor on the weekends. Like you can still go have beers with your friends and, you know, like especially like I'll go golfing on the weekends and go drink and have like a dandy time, and then come Monday morning when the work week rolls around, fucking cut it, replace those beers with LaCroix, have a good week, and then back again on your weekend. You freaking go ham again, you know? That's like my thoughts on it, but
this is a good one, you know. I actually think that this discussion could be like something like it doesn't. I mean, look, dude. I'm not gonna be sitting here saying like, "Hey, dude, let's try to preach. Let's become sober preachers," you know, because obviously that's not what we're gonna do. However, I think like from a perspective, from like taking a bigger view, like a 30,000-foot view, I think the perspective of chemicals and the abundance of these chemicals and the ability, the ease. It's never been easier to ingest chemicals and ingest entheogens or whatever you want to call them, things that make you feel different, you know? It's never been easier and more accessible and more diverse than today. And I think, and in America, like I think it's easier in America than it is in China or Russia or Europe or like almost anywhere, right? Mm-hmm. So I think like it's maybe something that we could discuss, you know, as we continue to just like we touch on it every once in a while, just kind of like it's something that we, you know, young men, we should talk about it. Like, hey, people don't talk about how we use these things. Maybe we should talk about how we use these things, because I was listening to you talk about it, and like it's so hard. It's so hard to prescribe for anything, because I think that like a certain amount for someone is a problem for another person.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's like so tough. So like I think it's one of those things where it's like I think I've heard it said, not to say, and I'm gonna say like something that's like a 2A thing again, right? But like, or no, this isn't a 2A thing. The 2A guys are like they're like complete straight edge usually, right? Like it's generally speaking, they're like,
for the most part,
you just got to be straight edge. But they're also a certain type of person, and they're almost always the type of person. It's like, look, dude, for me, like I wasn't able to have control over myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I wasn't able to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think maybe some other people are able to sort of have control over themselves and over the things that they ingest. Well, you know what I mean? And then some people are able to have control over certain things, but not other things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then some people have control over all the things that they ingest, but they have other addictions, whether it's porn or like some other addictions that we could get into. And I think all those types of things, just like the way, you know, it's like typical Jordan B. Peterson talk, right? But I think it's something that it's good to talk about on the internet. The way modern men are ingesting anything and everything, you know what I mean? The way we use it, and how to use it responsibly. What does responsible use look like?
So a perfect example of that too is like I have an uncle who is in Narcotics Anonymous, or isn't now, but he was, and he was in and out of prison for a long time, doing like hard drugs, hard drugs, and same thing, would go to NA. And then would like go through like whatever, a 60-day program or whatever, and then be like, oh, I'm good. And then as soon as like he got back out, would just like go and relapse. But then like now I saw him recently. I was with him golfing not too long ago. And same thing, like that dude, he goes out, and like a lot of AA guys or NA guys would tell you like, well, you can't do anything. Like you're sober. You can't do anything that alters your mind. You have to be completely straight edge. And his thing is like, well, when he tried that, it didn't work. But you know what he does now? Smokes tons of weed. And he's been clean from, the thing is like, and a lot of people, which is why he stopped going to NA, a lot of people that found out that he smoked weed said, you're not clean anymore. Right. Like, give me your chip. You're not clean anymore. And cause he would say like, I've been sober for 2 years. And they're like, no, you haven't. You fucking smoked weed last weekend, cocksucker. Like, give me your little token of gratitude that you're like holding on to, that you like think of dearly. And like, that was why he was like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm not going anymore. That's like bullshit. So like the thing that he was addicted to, he's been clean for that for, I mean, I think probably it's 2022, 5 or 6 years now, like for a decent amount of time. And, but like I said, he smokes weed on occasion. Like it's same thing. We were at the golf course. He'll hit his little fucking weed pen a few times and then go take a shot. And then, we got to the turn and he fucking cracks open one beer, has a beer with me. And then that was it. Like that was the end of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he's found a point that works for him, where like moderation is actually what stopped him from going back to, like, moderation in legal things is what stopped him from going back to like what his initial vice was.
Right.
So it definitely is like a personal.
It's different for everybody.
Yeah, everybody's
right?
got their own level. Yeah.
Everybody has their own level. I think what I would say is find and only you and like you and you're only you and yourself and like your higher power will know this, you know?
Yeah.
If you have that time, you're sitting there alone. Think about it, right? I think they say, you know, if it's a problem, then it's a problem.
Oh, sorry.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know it's a problem if it's a problem. And so for him, like for a lot of people, like, you know, I'm lucky enough to where I would say like I don't, you know, drinking this champagne, like I don't have an alcohol problem, luckily.
Correct. Yeah.
But if you're, you know, if you know you have a problem, you know it. You know what I mean? And you don't maybe you won't admit it to anybody else, but like maybe you can admit it to yourself.
Yeah,
or
when
maybe
you sit down with your
admit it to
deep dark
yourself.
thoughts, like you most likely know.
And so, you know, it's hard to admit that, but
Yeah.
so I think
Definitely
that's when you should kind of start looking at it. Is like if you start thinking like, oh shit, this is a problem, then maybe you should start looking at it. That's what
I agree.
would say.
And that's
But I'm not like saying, hey, dude, be sober completely. You have to be sober.
that introspection thing too, like it really does help. Cause like same thing, like I said, I used to like, I'd get off work and have a drink. And there was like one point where I was like, fuck man, like I'm drinking a lot of whiskey. Like I should probably slow down. And then I was like, thought about it and I was like, wait, I was like, do I have like a problem? Like, do I need to like stop drinking? And then so like the next day I was just like, I'm just not going to have a drink. And the day after that, I was like, I'm just not going to have a drink again. And then I was like, okay, like, I was just like in a habit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, that was like wasn't an alcohol addiction. It was just like a ritual.
Right.
It was like I had a bar and it was like my first time having a bar.
It's good to have that control though.
And like I said, but it takes self-introspection where like you sit and think like, well, maybe I do have an issue. And then like you can, it's like you said, you're the only one that will know really, like in your heart of hearts, you'll know if you have like a problem that can't be broken.
Right. Yeah. I was talking about that. It's crazy enough that Hella friggin' brought this up because like earlier today I was talking about that with like a couple people and they figured out that I liked wine. So I started rambling and about wine, right? And then I was talking kind of about how like when I first found wine, I was drinking every night and then drinking expensive wine too, ridiculously.
Yeah.
And so like not wine you're supposed to be drinking on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That's how I put it earlier. And I was like,
yeah, not weeknight wine.
Yeah, which so, you know, but it was because I was new to it and I was learning and I was geeking out about it and I was trying to learn all the different types of wine and seeing what this wine tasted like and seeing what wine from France, from this area of France tasted like and wine from California tasted like and blah, 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 blah. And so I was spending way too much and drinking it every night. And like I was consuming so much wine that I would buy 3 bottles of wine, drink the first one the first night. Can't wait to drink the second one the next night because I want to see how it is. Fuck it, I'm just going to open it up. So I'd open up the other one and I'm like literally drinking wine and then spitting it out because I don't want to be a drunkard. You know what I mean? So I'm spitting out a lot of wine too just to taste it. You know what I mean? And just wasting wine. And then just drinking wine, literally drinking wine every night and tasting new wine every night and tasting expensive wine every night. And I did that for like almost like a year or so. Like I was just obsessed with wine, like watching YouTube on wine on YouTube. You know what I mean? Wine great channels, just obsessed. And I was talking about this earlier today, and I was kind of like reflecting on it. And I was like, yeah, I definitely don't do that anymore. Now I drink like, you know, table wine, and like there was a period like at the beginning of this year where I didn't buy wine at all at the beginning of this year for like almost 6 months.
Yeah.
And at first it was just kind of like, I didn't really need it. And then after a bit I was like, I'm not gonna until I do this or whatever. And then I was like, okay, I can drink wine again. And now I drink wine. I would say, well, I don't know. I didn't drink wine at all last week because I just didn't have wine in the house.
Yeah.
But if I have wine in the house, I'll drink wine every other night or so.
Yeah.
If I have wine in the house. Sometimes I just don't have wine in the house, and that's a great deterrent.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a bottle of wine in the house, I used to have like 6 bottles of wine on any given day. You know what I mean? I just let them lay there on the rack. Just what am I gonna drink tonight?
Exactly. Yeah.
Should I drink some rosé? No, dude. So it's it's all just how you how you approach it. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's. Oh, hold on. The last thing I'll say about it. I know this is the last thing I'll say about it. A great Chinese proverb. Someone said wine. You know, I think it was. Who was it? Lao Tzu. He said, probably wasn't him, and I sound stupid, but I think it was. But he goes, wine is proof that God exists. And I don't really get it. I'm not sure if I get it, but I like to think that like the idea is that like he made something that like wine tastes good and it gets you fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like it's like cake and you can eat it too.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Yeah.
It's like something that gets you fucked up shouldn't taste so good.
Yep.
And I think that's the idea. Is
Yeah.
that like wine is proof that God exists and he loves us. I think that was the quote. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Chop said he said, yeah, good for you guys. I just drank for like 5 days straight in Mexico until 5 a.m. and feel better than you will ever in your life. Ready to take on the world. Said I had some really good tequila, had some really bad tequila, had my nipples played with, and my head beaten while drinking tequila. Sat in a pool while drinking tequila. The hell freaking said, ooh, I'm Chop. I'm not addicted to anything except Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Andrew Schultz.
Hell yeah, right?
That's great.
Bro,
yeah,
get down to the BJJ gym.
Hopefully Mexico is dope, Chop. Yeah, I can imagine the tequila there is good. I hate tequila. I've had like the pinnacle of like what people claim like is like the best tequila of all time, and I fucking hate it still.
Well, you probably don't like the agave taste, huh? People who say I don't like tequila don't like that agave, that blue agave.
I'm not sure because I've had agave syrup and I like that.
Yeah,
I don't know how similar those things are.
Yeah, exactly. It's like ketchup and tomatoes, right?
Oh, okay. I like ketchup and don't like tomatoes. So it very well could be like I
don't know if it is.
I've had agave sweetener, which I like. Okay. But like the thing with tequila is like tequila almost like when you take a shot of it, and I've explained this to somebody before and I wanted to punch him in the fucking forehead. So I was like, I don't like how tequila almost tastes salty when you shoot it. And somebody was like, yeah, it's because you fucking Hey, thank you for the follow, Aiden. I'm just gonna call you Aiden. Thank you for the follow.
Well, what up, Aid?
But I was like, I don't like the taste of tequila. It tastes kind of salty to me. And they were like, it's because you licked the salt off your hand before you took the shot. And I was like, yeah, listen here, you fucking dummy. Obviously, I didn't fucking lick the salt off my hand and then say it tasted salty. I'm going to rage out for a second because it pissed me off so much, bro. To this day, it makes me mad. Yeah, dude. They were like, the reason you don't like tequila and you think it's salty is because you lick the salt off your hand. Have you ever just drinking tequila straight? I also think the tequila tastes honestly, like lime because you chase it with lime juice. And I wanted to punch him in his nose, bro.
Dude, the honest truth is that when you drank it out of was it a shot or a cup?
A shot.
Okay, so they probably put salt on the shot.
No, shut up, dude. They didn't put fucking salt on the shot glass. I promise you, bro. So the reason that I know it's not true, and this is what I was telling the guy that fucking argued with me last time, I've had tequila in my bar and said, let's take a shot. And somebody was like, I only shoot tequila. And I was like, yeah. Chop said, well memed, friend. Yeah, no, fuck you. It wasn't a good meme. I've had tequila in my bar and poured it into my own shot glass. So I know there was no fucking salt on there.
No, yeah, I know.
And it tastes like
it's like I describe it as like a blue flavor. It's like a blue note. It's like a bitter sort of like a bitter sort of. It tastes like a plant kind of. It's the agave plant.
Probably it's earthy and salty, and I don't like it.
Instead of making it out of wheat, it's out of agave.
Yeah, you know I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's like a blue note. It's kind of has it's the aftertaste.
Yeah, Chop said it does taste earthy. Yeah, I don't like the taste of it at all.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people said like, well, maybe you're just drinking cheap tequila.
Nah, you just don't like tequila.
But at the time I had only drinking cheap tequila. And so I was like, okay. So then I had a shot of Patron, which is like mid-level tequila.
Yeah.
Fucking hated it. Yeah. And then for my birthday, we were at a club. It was my 23rd birthday, maybe 22nd birthday. Yeah. One of my buddies was like, I'm going to buy you a shot of tequila and you're going to take it. And I was like, bro, please, like buy me anything but tequila. And he was like, nope. He's like, it's my treat. And I'm picking the liquor. And I was like, that's not fair because it's my birthday. I should be able to pick the liquor, right? But whatever. And he was like, it's $50 a shot. And I was like, brother, go buy me a $20 shot of bourbon. Dude. He was like, go buy me I was like, buy me a $20 shot of bourbon and I'm going to enjoy it 10 times more. And he was like, no, this is my drink. You're going to drink it with me. And I was like, whatever. And he brought out he got shots of, I have issues with it every single time. It was Don Julio. I think it's 1942.
Damn. I was gonna say I don't know if tequila should be that expensive, but it's something like Don Julio 1942. That makes sense.
It was in a nightclub too, a fancy nightclub, which obviously like
they're gonna upshoot
it's
it.
yeah. The bottle is $170. It's not worth $50 a shot.
Right, but you
in a nightclub like
I mean, Wine Enthusiast gives it a 98.
That's my point. This is like supposed to be the pinnacle of all tequilas.
No,
I drank it.
Wine Enthusiast is a good score.
I drank it and I fucking almost threw it up, dude. It was disgusting.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's aged in oak barrels. And you would think you would like that.
And so that was what made me realize, like, I just don't like tequila. Yeah. I don't like any tequila. If I didn't like this, I don't like any tequila. Guaranteed.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, right? I mean, obviously.
Look at that bottle, though.
Yeah, that's what you should say in the future. You should just be like, if someone asks you, like, no, bro, trust me, this is good tequila, but motherfucker, I had 1942.
That's what I say every time now. Like I've drinking 1942. Good, I don't need it.
Don Julio.
Yeah. I drank the coup d'etat of the tequila world, and I hated it.
I would just say I don't like agave. That's what I would. Or I don't like whatever it is. Just say you don't like tequila. Just say you don't like tequila.
Yep.
I don't know, you just don't say I don't like the tequila. So I have had. You might like this one. Someone one time gave me a tequila that was like they put it in whiskey barrels. So it had like a caramelized, it was dark tequila, dark caramelized. It looked like whiskey.
So I have that vodka that's the same thing, and I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's not whiskey. That's
here's the
sherry.
Thing, though, right? Here's the thing, though, right? It's that thing where it's like, here's the problem, because someone's gonna say that to you. Oh, just try it. Here's what you tell them.
Yeah,
bro. It's like saying like, oh, you like bronze, right? You like blondes? Like, yeah, it's like, well, I found this Asian chick and I put a blonde wig on her. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what caramelized aged whiskey barrel aged tequila is. It's like at the end of the day, it's still tequila.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So it's like, that's a great analogy. I like that a lot.
I don't care if it's like putting they say it's
lipstick
like
on a pig.
Yeah, lipstick on a pig. You know, it's like the same thing. So,
but yeah, it's like what I always do to get out of it now is like I kind of just like adapted like a joke out of it, which I actually heard from somebody else at a bar and it was really good. And I heard somebody say one time, they were like, oh, whenever I drink tequila, I'm either fucking or fighting, and you're not down for either one of those. Like, so now every time like a guy's like, just take a shot of tequila with me, I say the same thing. I'm like, oh, if I drink tequila, I'm either fucking or fighting. We're not going to do either of those.
So bro, okay, the tequila thing is, I think it's true. I think that there is some chemical in tequila, because
for sure
I've had tequila and like I've heard people say that, and I always used to believe that was a myth. But when I've had tequila, like the first time I had it, and then subsequent times too, there's something in there. I don't know if it's sugar or what it is, but it gives you more energy.
Yeah,
and it makes you just. I could see how it gets people's testosterone.
There's like a song.
It makes me just want to go, like, it makes me smile more. It makes me a little bit louder.
There's a song like called Tequila Makes Your Clothes Fall Off, right? A country song.
I could see how that, for females, I could see how it makes you more promiscuous too.
And that's like a common,
because the testosterone.
Yeah, it's like a common, like,
that
thing that people feel when they drink tequila.
Real, dude. I'll tell you, it's real. That is definitely a thing. I don't know. It must be some sort of other chemicals that come in the specifically tequila and maybe the agave plant, but like, it makes you feel a different way for sure. And I'm not saying it's the only alcohol that'll make you do that,
but it's one of them.
Yeah, for sure. Whereas whiskey, I will tell you, whiskey's definitely a mega downer.
Yes.
Like whiskey will
that was exactly what I was gonna equate that to chop sentence, but then Hella Friggin said we should get into cigars. Hella Friggin, I've been into cigars since high school. I'm still into cigars. I used to be way into cigar. Like, I was subscribed to Cigar Aficionado magazine. I'm very, very, very big into cigars. Hella Friggin. I actually, if you look on this camera, damn it. So do you see this? Where is it? This box right there. Can you see that box on stream, Hella Friggin? That is a cigar humidor that has cigars in it and is still seasoned. That is a seasoned personal humidor that I got from my father when I was 18. And is still seasoned and has good cigars in it to this day. I love cigars. It actually, I have in that box right now.
No, you can have this now, right?
No, you can't. I found out the other day. Yes, unfortunately. I have a really good cigar from a country where good cigars come from in that box currently. Yeah, Chop got it. Yeah, I've got some really good expensive. I don't know how many I have now actually, because I've smoked a lot golfing recently, but I have a couple good expensive cigars in there. My dad's big into cigars. I wonder, I could actually show you something cool if you want to get into cigars. My dad, for his 50th birthday, he came to Reno, and his wife bought him a box of cigars and got custom wrappers made on the cigars that like say his name and birthday on them. Let me see if I have one still. That'll be kind of cool to like show off.
I've heard what else is now? Is it Dominican? I think it's the Dominicans actually make a very good cigar now.
Dominicans and Nicaraguan cigars are supposed to be pretty good.
Okay. I've heard from people that like, I think, what is it? It's like $11 or something. Like you just need to like the $11 price point. Oh, Chapa says $13. Wait, what is Chapa's whole thing? He's on the same thing as me. I heard on like, what is his thing? Oh, Rogan and Cigar were talking about it today, and they were like, just go to cigar shop and ask for a $13 cigar, and it'll be good. Okay, see, I think I've heard it was either 10 or 11, and it was from like I'm trying to remember. Was it in high school? I'm trying to remember where I heard that from.
Well, so my thought on it, and coming from somebody like I said who's into cigars, I will actually show off some of my cigars here.
I used to think that cigars had to be hella expensive.
They don't have to be hella expensive, but what I would say is like if you're not into cigars, how do I explain this? If you and me went to smoke a cigar and you're not into cigars and you got a $13 cigar, you would be well off with it. If I'm going to like pick out my favorite cigar in a cigar shop, it's going to be slightly more than $13.
Like how much?
Like 20.
Okay.
The range that I'm looking for would be like 16 to 20.
Okay. But that's like your favorite cigar.
Yes, but like the thing is too, like there's like
that's like cream of the crop. Like that's like your favorite.
My favorite that I've smoked.
Okay, yeah.
And Chop said that seems reasonable for an occasional thing, right? Yeah, for sure. Like this cigar right here, I will tell you right now, I don't have a full size version of it, but here I do have one of those custom wrappers that I can show you guys real quick. Very cool.
That's what it's all about, bro. This is huge.
What camera should I show?
Sometimes a cigar is more than a cigar, okay? Check out the wrapping on this if anybody gets that reference.
It broke off, unfortunately, but so these were for my dad's 50th birthday. I'm going to step away from the mic so I can show you guys, but like look how, this cigar normally does not come with this on it, but I'll show you guys. It's really cool. Yeah, thank you. So I don't know if it'll focus. Let's see. Too dark. There you go. Can you see that? Yeah. Like, look at that. Look at that, dude. Super cool. His name and like it says 50 on it.
Oh, dude. Okay. It's like it's got your dad's name on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
His dad's name, custom dad.
Yeah. It's like it's got his name and it says 50 on it because it was
9/11. That's right. What's that page?
Yeah.
Yeah. His dad's birthday is on 9/11.
Yep. It is. Yeah. But it's like it was like he had like these like his wife had these like custom like wrappers put on the cigars for him. It was fucking sick, dude. But like this cigar, this is my favorite cigar in the world. It is a Rocky Patel Java Mint.
Okay, I've heard people like Rocky Patel.
Rocky Patels are great. This cigar, like let's look it up on Total Wine's website.
That can't be more than $13, right?
Probably $14-15, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the range we're looking for.
But so I've smoked. This is like let's see, Rocky Patel Java Mint.
Dude, I've been wanting to get into, because we've been playing golf, acting like old men. I've been wanting to smoke cigars too. I've been saying, yo, Jay, you want to split a cigar with me? Because I just.
From Total Wine, $11. This is for the.
There it is, the $11. What did I say?
So that's for this, the little guy. The little guy like I have is $11. For the full size version of it, like I said, I think it's 16. I wish I could like see. And this is like box pricing, Rick.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I mean a box of 40.
Damn, is that what a box? So that's what motherfuckers do. That's what old men do, huh? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Buy
just
a
gonna
box.
smoke because they smoke a cigar every day.
Yep.
And so they buy a box for the month.
So
Damn.
retail is $342 divided by 40. Yeah, comes out to $9 a cigar at box price. But like I said, I think they're roughly 15 for.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so
If
I've got
you go to like
yeah,
spot.
I've got 2 of those. This is that cigar that I was just telling Chop about, the fancy boy. I haven't even smoked it yet. It's like still in the wrapper. But
Ooh, that one looks nice. What's that one called again? You probably already said it, but what's that
from Havana, Cuba.
one? Oh, Habana.
I don't know what this is. It's unwrapped. I took it out of the wrapper because we were going to smoke it when we were golfing, and then didn't smoke it when we were golfing. So I took it out. So then this thing too, same thing. I haven't smoked this either. This is a Maker's Mark.
It looks like Maker's
A
Mark.
seasoned Maker's Mark cigar. And so handmade in the Dominican Republic, number 650. I bought this on some trip that I was. Hey, Taco Man, let's go. Thank you. I bought this on some trip that I was on, but this was like a $25 cigar.
Nice.
So it was like kind of like a pricey cigar.
Yeah, well, because half of it you're paying for the wax.
You're paying for the Maker's Mark. Yeah, exactly.
Someone like had to stay overnight, and then they had to like dip
In the leftover like whiskey wax.
in the season. That's it. Like there's like a bunch of old people that they hire like for 2 weeks. You guys have to dip every single one of these bottles. There's 40,000 of them. You guys are gonna be working 10-day shifts, 4 days a week. It's gonna be night shifts.
Oh, here's another one of those tiny little Java mints, like a baby one.
There we go. So proof. He is a connoisseur. What's up, dude? Paige said a funny ass comment I was just reading earlier. She said on track playing golf, smoking cigars. They're on track to start committing security frauds. I was thinking like, yeah, I don't know how to do that, but if anybody wants to help us.
Yeah, if anybody wants to give us some tips on how to do that, that'd be great. But yeah, cigars are great. Long story short, sorry I went off on like such a long-winded tangent on cigars.
Wine is good. Yeah.
Cigars and whiskey.
Whiskey is awesome. You know what's actually good? Is cigars and Coca-Cola. Have you ever had that?
No.
Yeah.
Chop said,
Cherry Coca-Cola?
it makes sense. Coca-Cola's got like a caramely flavor. Bourbon has a caramely flavor. That's like,
it's the caramely thing.
Chop said everyone they claimed was Cuban was single wrapped, and a guy was like, yeah, they're all fake and don't come in a case. You can see through it, this and that. So yes, a lot of cigars. What up, Dershi?
Oh, Dersh.
A lot of cigars do fake being Cubans. So the way that they get away with it, though, it's not necessarily fake from the way that I understand it. They order like Cuban, just the tobacco or just the wrapper from Cuba. Like it's some weird thing. So like part of the cigar is from Cuban, but then they're like constructed in America. So they are not true Cuban cigars.
I see.
But it's like Austin was saying, at this point, like currently speaking, as we sit now, like Cuban cigars are not anything special. They're not anything special like currently. Like when I was in Jamaica, they were selling Cuban cigars there, and they were legit Cuban cigars because Jamaica does not have an embargo with Cuba. And so basically the Jamaican, the people selling it in this shop were like, yeah, we've got Jamaican cigars, like, or Cuban cigars, like legit Cuban cigars. You can buy them, but they were charging $50 a pop for them. And they were legit from Cuba, but they were like charging 10 times the cost for them. And also, like, if you go back into the US with that cigar, like, you're still breaking US customs regulations, whether you got it in Jamaica or not.
Yeah.
That still will not
smoke it there.
Correct. Exactly. And it was $50. And I talked to my dad who smoked a modern Cuban, and he's like, I'll tell you right now, like modern Cuban cigars are not any better than a Drew Estates Rocky Patel.
It's not what it used to be, man. The soil, man.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Chop said, oh, like the OG Cubans. So technically they were selling Cuban cigars.
I've heard the
Just not the old good ones. Yeah.
I've heard the Dominican Republic now has like some of the best.
One of those cigars I just pulled out was from the DR.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Maker's Mark one is a cigar from the Dominican Republic, but then the wrapper was flavored or seasoned with Maker's Mark.
Right. But they like contracted out a DR company to do it. That's the way to do it.
So like I said, there's a company in Reno that makes their own cigars, and I believe their plant is in Nicaragua. What is the name of this? Hang on, give me 1 second. Cigar shop. Is it these guys? Ruiz Cigars? I believe it's these guys. Let's see if it says on their website. One of these local companies, though, they their tobacco plant is in Nicaragua, and their cigars are incredible. Their website's being remodeled, so you can't visit it. That's a bummer. Let's see if they're Facebook.
Wonder how long it's been being remodeled.
Yeah, seriously. The business is still open though, so
right.
like,
but there's just these these looks fucking sick, dude. Look at these guys.
Let's see. Does it
These
see
guys
here?
Those guys are fucking deciding things.
Yeah.
Like, look, bro, look.
Just big fucking cigar guys.
This is gonna be a huge fucking deal.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one of these companies in town. I think it's this one. It's either this one or
What if I tell him to shove it up his fucking ass with this cigar in my hand? What if I call him right now with this cigar with this fucking Rocky Patel in my hand, and I tell him to shove that deal up his ass?
hell friggin', you're not selling weed on the stream, man, unfortunately. It could also be this one, Hotaway Cigars. Let's see. Because I've shopped at both of these shops, and they make their own.
Oh, well, hold on. Scroll up there, dude. Hold on. Scroll up there, bro. There's a Rothschild. Fucking Rothschild Maduro. Are you kidding me, bro?
Right there, 450.
Rothschild, Connecticut. Rothschild, Cameroon. The Rothschilds own the
That's what I'm saying.
cigar industry.
Cigars do not. They don't have to be expensive.
The Rothschilds they have the best wineries in the world too.
In the Dominican Republic. So Hotaway is another local company. They make all their own cigars. They don't sell like big box like Rocky Patel and stuff. They sell their own cigars and that's it. At least they used to. Last time I was in there. Yes. So you can see right here. They only sell their own cigars. They don't sell like name brands, but their plant is located in the Dominican Republic, in the Chibao Valley. One of the most prestigious locations in the world known to grow tobacco.
Yep.
We've established our crops in many areas, such as all these other villages, where we find the most aromatic leaves in our blends.
Damn. I believe it.
And then so right here, our company is dedicated to continue the tradition and culture that began in Cuba. So that's the thing, right? Like now that so many people have left Cuba, it's like all the dudes that like leave that like worked on a cigar plant or like were cigar owners, like if those dudes like left, like they know how to fucking do it still. Like they still know every single like thing that they did. And you know what I mean? Like the soil can't be that much different in Cuba and the Dominican Republic. Like, obviously the soil is probably going to be like relatively the same because the majority of the cigars come from the DR now.
Yep.
But it's like
the dirty little secret.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the tricks in those old Cubans were probably like, oh, we dip the wrappers in sugar, or like we do some weird, you know what I mean? Like we do
more or less, yeah.
We do some like weird thing that like
Exactly.
you could do anywhere, but like it's just a fucking well kept like Cuban secret.
That's the
and
thing,
so
right?
now that secret's out everywhere.
It's that thing that I always say, talk about in the wine world. They say, what makes a good wine? And this is the truest thing I ever heard. Winemaker said, I'll tell you what makes a good wine. You know, it doesn't matter about, you know, the French word for the location of the soil has a specific, it gives it these certain notes, right? Because the minerals, and they call it the, I'm blanking because I've had too much, but they call it the, it'll come back to me, but it's that it's the idea that a location has a certain flavor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the truth is that a winemaker's like, really, it's just how much time the winemaker's feet and hands are out in his orchard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If the winemaker, like, the more time he spends out there tending to the crops, looking at it, figuring it out, maintaining it, keeping the vines well, keeping
really knowing like when shit is like ripe instead of like, oh, it's 3 days past.
Yeah, exactly. It's how much time his feet are out in the field, and the more time the winemaker's feet are out in the field, I mean, obviously, I hope he has a head on his shoulders, but the more time his feet are out in the field, probably the better the wine's gonna be. Yeah, and that's almost always true.
Chop said it's like sucking a ding dong. Make that if you can relate that somehow to what I was saying, then I will gladly agree with you that it is like sucking a ding dong.
It's like sucking a ding dong.
Yeah. But yeah, cigars are cool. It's a cool world to get into. It's a very cool world to get into. The one thing that I dislike about cigars is the fact that, like, so if you smoke a cigarette, right, like the smoke smell is like gone within, like, I mean, probably an hour or two. Like, and like the taste in your mouth and stuff is like gone after like an hour or two. Dude, I'll smoke a stogie and then like I'll brush my teeth and then wake up the next morning and like your mouth still smells like cigars. And then you'll wake up the second day afterwards and still can taste it. It's like, it's got to be like a weekend experience where like you smoke it on a Friday and then like Monday morning by work, your breath finally doesn't smell like cigars. That's like the one downside. They're very potent. They have a staying power.
I've noticed too, yeah, and like the couple of times where I was out like on a weekend night, and my friends were like, "Oh, bro, smoke this freaking dart with me, bro."
Yeah.
So I have a couple of dart hits, and I always feel horrible the next day.
Yeah.
And then also, yeah, dude, I just can't get that taste out of my mouth.
Yep. That is unfortunate. That's the one thing that's nice about, at least with cigars, is like normally they don't make like, if you smoke a cigarette the night before and you wake up the next morning, like your lungs hurt. But like at least with a cigar, like you shouldn't be inhaling it. So like it shouldn't hurt your lungs as much, but still like the smell and the taste in your mouth, like
it doesn't hurt my lungs. It doesn't. My lungs are fucking lungs of steel, bro. Trust me, my lungs are fucking manly lungs. But it
smell
hurts.
The next day.
I feel like my bones in my innards ache.
Yeah.
Like it's an aching feeling after I smoke a cigarette. It's like my whole body just feels like rotten and just like
you're just sucking down poison,
dude. It's pretty crazy. I notice it every single time, and I go, okay, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, maybe I should just freaking smoke cigarettes and be cool, you know?
Yeah.
But then every time I do it, like the next day I wake up and I go, oh my god, I don't know if I could feel horrible like this every single day.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to smoke a cigar every once in a while.
Yeah, like I said, cigars are fun to smoke. They're cool. They especially, I know some people that don't like the taste of them, which is unfortunate. But like that's the whole thing, is like the taste. It's just like anything else. Taco said cigars are like kombucha or coffee. Yeah, it's like the whole thing with cigars is like it's all about the taste. It's like all about the taste and like pairing it with things and like.
Yeah, it's all about pairing it with things.
Yeah, it's like nice to like you go out and like have like a nice like steak dinner, pair it with a good wine, then you like leave afterwards. You smoke a cigar, you pair it with a good whiskey. Like it's a whole experience. Chop said, I don't know how I didn't feel more terrible in Mexico. I had like an 18-hour flight in and got to drinking the second I got there. Yeah, the body's a resilient thing. That's like when I went to Cuba and Jamaica, like we were drinking nonstop, like for hours and hours and hours, and I didn't feel terrible afterwards. But then sometimes I'll drink like locally and just like I'll have one drink and then wake up the next day and feel hungover the entire day. I think it has a lot to do with like location and like your mentality about it too. Like if you're on vacation, like last time I went to Vegas, I got like 6 hours sleep. I drank more liquor than I have in an entire more liquor in one night than I have in a long time. But then I woke up the next day and was like, oh, like that's what I came to Vegas for. Like I'm fucking trying to party. And then I woke up and like went and got breakfast, and then same thing, like was just like back to drinking. Like, cause my mentality was like, oh yeah, like I'm here to party. Like I'm not gonna like puss out.
Yeah, that's what. Life only once, right?
Yeah, exactly. Durst said we need to start taking them golfing. Yeah, I'm super down. We were just talking about that. I'm super down to smoke a stoke on the links. And then Chop said liquor. I hardly know her. That's what Chop was waiting for.
Oh, Chop. Oh, Chop and his Chop-a-locks.
I got to pee real quick.
A good meme. Taco Man earlier, he said coffee.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Trump meme. Good meme.
You care if I grab another spritzy or bubbly?
Like of course. Dude. Of course, yeah, it's right out there. Of course. Sweet. Do it. Let's do it.
It'll be a small one. I don't want to drink all your.
No, drink as much because we got. I'm finishing it like today and tomorrow. So fill it up, dude. It's yours. Yeah. Drink as much as you want. It's for the both of us. What's up, viewers? We're celebrating. I don't know if you guys have anything. If you guys are sober, stay sober. Sobriety's good. I've been sober sometimes too. It's important to do. There's a portion of my life where I thought I was going to be sober forever, man. And I was fine with that. I was happy with that. I had a pretty happy life. You just do your things. One One thing that sucks for me, I can't say, is that the periods where I was really sober, and maybe it's just, I think, at least for me, I didn't get more productive. I thought there was this fairy tale that I was like, oh, well, once you get sober, like, you figure everything out and you're super smart. But like, I realized I was still as unproductive as I used to be. It's not, I don't think vices, I don't think like alcohol or my vices necessarily get into my productivity, honestly, unfortunately. I think even when I was sober, I was very sedentary. In fact, maybe even more sedentary than now. I think a big thing for me is that I tend to be talking about it. These are good things to talk about. I think we should talk about them on the stream. Like things that are like, you know, we're like young men growing up, trying to get better, trying to learn how to like act as adults, right? So it's like, I think when I was younger, very sedentary, but as I'm getting older and doing, I don't want to say like growing up, but like as you're kind of growing up, I'm learning like, hey, maybe I shouldn't just always just stay in my room, you know, and just be sedentary, not really need. I mean, it's like it's fine to do that when you need to do that, when you're doing that, but the sedentary lifestyle, it has its ups and its downs, you know what I mean? And for me, it's always been something that I naturally incline to. However, you know, I don't know if it's something, you know, is part of growing up, maybe getting out of that and being more productive with other things. I don't know. Say sedentary one more time. Sedentary? I know. Well, it's the champagnes. I can say sedentary. It's the double sed. It's the duh and then the tuh that gets me.
Is it sedentary? Is that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's definitely not sedentary.
Sedentary.
Like I was saying, sedentary. Yeah.
I barely even know the word. Sedentary. I know what it means, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
It means it just means you're like, you kind of just don't move much. Tending to spend much time seated.
Yeah.
Somewhat inactive. Yeah.
I knew what the word meant. I tend to
do that. Desk bound. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew what the word meant, but I didn't know. I don't think I've ever like said it in conversation. So I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. Sedentary. Sedentary. That is a weird one.
Here's the thing, man, though. I'm not trying to tell myself that like, hey, I'm going to go out there and be like super social Dan. Like, I'm not a social Dan, you know what I mean? But like, I think there's we're talking about it earlier. Like, I think there's a middle way. You know, I think that there's a fine line here. I think I've been seeing that a lot. You know, there's a great book that dude, oh man. And let's hold on. Cheers. How much you got? I wish I had a little bit more, man.
Do you want me to go get you some?
If you want to just bring the thing in here,
gladly.
Real quick. All right,
so you're storytelling. I'll get it.
I had a college class freshman year, first college class, a little confused. Took online classes. All my college freshman year classes were online classes. 4 boys. We all took online classes. We're all sitting in there. We're not really going on to campus. We're just chilling, playing League of Legends in our homes all day long. Okay. Little confused, not really sure why we're going to school, right? Some of us are confused. Some of us are deciding to leave school. Some of us are thinking maybe we should leave school, but we stay a little bit longer. You know, all these things are happening. It's young. We're all young. We're trying to figure things out. I had this one freaking college professor. He was the religious study professor, an old man. He might have even used to have been the head of the department, but he was older now and he was retired. And he always talked about, I'm retired. I just like teaching. So I'm teaching you guys this class, but I'm retired. And he talked about self-reflection. I had never really heard about self-reflection in Susanville because people didn't talk like that. People didn't talk about self-reflection in Susanville. No, I didn't grow up with self-reflection. So he would self-reflect a lot. And then I thought about that, and it made me do a lot of self-reflecting, just kind of thinking about myself. It really made me go like, whoa, dude. Like, I kind of completely looked at the way I looked at the world differently. Changed a lot because of that guy. So he would tell this story. That I'm trying to remember. What were we talking about? Sedentary.
Yeah.
But what was after that? Sedentary, social. There's a story.
Finding a healthy balance.
Oh yeah, okay. So he made us read this book called Siddhartha, and it's not necessarily about the Buddha, but it's kind of about the Buddha, but it's not about the Buddha. But it's a great book. I recommend it to anybody who's like young and struggling, young, especially you can young male, young female.
Hey, Luco Phono, hello.
That's actually one of those ones where if you're young male or young female and you're into books, you can read it. It's not male. A lot of books are male. A lot of books that I'll recommend are like male books, right? But it's a great book. It's kind of about the Buddha. And what was the story of the Buddha? The story of the Buddha was that he was like kind of a rich guy and he was kind of like pampered his whole life. But he had a period where he was able to like, you know, they tell him several different ways, but he had a period where he was kind of able to go out and like mix and mingle with the regular people and see their lives. You know what I mean? And he saw like a man who had like a limp and he couldn't really walk well. So people had to take care of him because of his walk. And then he saw a man who was like, you know, kind of like mentally retarded. So that, you know, people had to take care of him. You know what I mean? And then he saw like violence. He saw somebody like hits people. And so he just saw all these things, you know what I mean? And he came to this idea that we call Buddhism of today. But the idea is to follow that middle path. And I'm not saying I should be like super sedentary. And I'm not saying I should be super social. But I think that like the lesson that we've learned tonight, to circle back on the whole alcohol, the 2A thing, and just everything in general, is that you need to find the middle way. The middle way is the noble way. It's the way of the truth. It's the way that you'll figure out. And it's like, it's not the extreme one way or the extreme the other way. It's like water finds the easiest water. What is the
path of least resistance?
Water will find the path of least resistance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the lesson, I think. I think that's a good lesson to take from tonight.
It's a great lesson. Lucas said, I'm just here to improve my English, if you would not mind. Of course, Luca, we'd be glad to let you help improve your English. Where are you from, if you don't mind us asking?
That would be awesome. Imagine, I always thought that that's how like you should teach English now.
We were talking about that the other day, yeah.
Were we?
Yeah.
Like me and you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the kitchen, yeah.
Makes sense, dude, because that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I agree, man. You should like, there's so many, like if you were trying to teach English, like kids could have so much fun learning English if they just turned on Twitch rather than like,
yeah,
you know, boring textbooks.
We were talking about, I was saying there's that guy that does TikTok live streams and he's a Spanish speaking guy that reads books and he'll read them in English, translate it to Spanish, and then he'll like explain the like the nuances and like the words and stuff. And that's like all he does. And like I said, it was you, me, Julia, and we were all sitting in there. And we were talking about it. And he goes live and you'll have 2,000 viewers. And like people just like explaining, like he was explaining the difference in like it was like some like contraction or something. And you could just say like, the whole chat like, oh, holy shit. Like I get it now. Like in a conversation, like this makes way more sense of like saying like,
right.
It was like something like, oh, I want to party or I'm ready to party, instead of like saying like I'm ready to go to the party. He was like explaining like some like nuanced like difference, and like the chat was just like popping off. Lucas said, I'm from Slovakia, mid Europe. And we are from Nevada, northern Nevada in the United States. Yeah, Slovakia. That's a first. I will say that much. A first that we've had somebody on from Slovakia. I'm gonna pull up the old Google Earth. Take a look at roughly where Slovakia is. Austin will know because he's a big.
Yeah,
he's a lot more into.
It's right in there in Middle Europa, right? Is that what you guys call it? I mean, I'm curious why you put
mid-Europe, yeah.
I'm curious why he put like Middle Europa. Like, is that what you guys like? Do you guys always refer to yourself as like Europe or Middle Europe? I'm curious on like how you guys view it. And then also just like, you know, how's Slovakia going? How is it? How is the war to your guy? You know, how is the Ukrainian war affecting you guys? What is it really like? What are things like? How has things changed since the war and before the war, after the war? Well, like, what's going on over there?
So man? Just south of Poland.
Yes.
And then north of Budapest. Okay. I know where that's at.
By Austria.
Yeah.
Like Czechia and then Slovakia. It used to be one country. It used to be called Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
The Czechs, there was Czechs and then Slovaks. And I guess Czechs and Slovaks are a little bit different. So like the idea of trying to get Czechoslovakia together kind of worked, but it didn't really work. I think the idea is that like a lot of people from Czechia almost consider themselves like German or somewhat closer to German kind of. And I'm curious on what Slovakians consider themselves, if they consider themselves Slavic. I'm just curious.
I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. I was laughing at this this comment. That's why you were like mid talking and I started cracking up laughing at this. Lucas and I would very much like to visit the US. Yeah, I mean,
that would be an awesome thing to do one day, huh, man?
Yeah, I'd like to visit Europe. You know, we've all had or like everybody has that spot they want to visit. I guess, have I? No, I haven't been to Europe. I'm trying to think. Closest I've been to Europe was not very close at all. Trying to see how close Greenland was to Europe.
Greenland's like owned by Denmark, kind of.
Away. Yes, I knew that.
It's kind of like Europe. It's like a European colony, kind of.
It is, yeah. So I've been to Greenland, but I've never been to.
It's not Europe.
It's not Europe at all. But yes, you're right. It is. Everybody in Greenland that I met was from Denmark, and they also use Denmark's currency in Greenland. They are based off the kroner. Kroner.
That sounds right. Yeah.
The Danish kroner.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I have a hotel receipt from in Greenland that is it's in Danish kroner, and she handed me the receipt and she's like, that'll be like $1,099, and I was like, pardon me, like what? I'm not paying $1,099 for this hotel. And she was like, no, that's in kroner. And I was like, how much is that in US dollars? She was like, oh, like $75. And I was like, sweet, like my card's probably not gonna like let me swipe this like for like kroner, like it should probably be in English. Or like in like USD, you know what I mean? Like I didn't think like my card was gonna go through. I put it in, it was like approved, and I was like, okay. And I checked my statement like a week later, and it was like it just converted it to USD.
Right.
But I didn't think that you could like use like cards internationally. I thought you had to like, but I mean that's obviously me just being like a dumb American. Like
I don't really know exactly how it works.
Exactly.
Either, so,
yeah, I had never been overseas, so. Chic Sid, mannequin smash. I'll smash the mannequin for you. Yeah, that's that'll be the next thing that's up on the stream is smashing the mannequin. Hello, Sydney. How are you? How's life? Thanks for stopping in.
I mean, we'll do something to the mannequin, but you got to put a price on it, man.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this.
Put a price tag on the mannequin.
Esther, two things about Esther. That's Esther, by the way. She's very nice. She's very tall, so be careful and watch what you say about her because she's tall. She's stronger than you think, and she's also military trained. So hear me out. Esther is a very expensive and important lady. Not only was she expensive to us, but she's also very important to us. Homeboy, that's my airman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know Sydney.
Oh, okay. What's up, dude? So here's the thing. We'll smash it.
You gotta put a good price on it though. She's important. She is important. I agree with what you're saying.
So I think maybe we should keep it. But I mean, I'll say, dude, nothing's off limits here.
I agree.
I'll do anything for a price.
I will destroy anything in this studio. She said I have $3.
When you're doing streaming right, we're pretty much we're no less different than we're basically the male equivalent of OnlyFans people.
Oh, essentially, yeah.
Webcam girls. We'll do anything for money, guys. Like if you guys are willing to pay us, dude, I will suck a toe. So let's.
Durst said I'll give $4. Sid said I'll give $3. We're at $7 right now.
That is not even honestly close.
To put it into perspective, I smashed an egg on Austin's head recently, and that cost $50. So, Esther's kind of she's up there. She's got my heart, dude. That's like Austin said. She is tall. It would take a lot of muscle for me to take her down and smash her, you know?
So
hang on, sorry. Luco said my uncle lives in Calgary. Like I said, it's my biggest dream to visit your country. Oh, and then he said earlier, yes, most people mistake Czechia and Slovakia because we used to be the same state in the early 80s. But then yeah, he said my uncle lives in Calgary.
Calgary. Well, hell, man.
Calgary is what, BC?
No, I think Calgary is its own province. But I think
is it?
Maybe. Honestly, I don't know, dude.
I thought Calgary was
scroll over.
But
hey, man, here's the thing. I get it. United States, super cool. America, God bless. They probably, all the media, everything. But man, Canada's not that much different than in the United States. So if your uncle's in Calgary and you can make it to Calgary, and you're like, oh, Alberta. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it is. Yeah, so
I
Calgary.
I thought it was like its own province, but it's a city.
Okay, yeah. City and
I guess I should have known that. Calgary is a city. It's not a province.
and see, I thought it was in BC, but it's not.
I mean, Alberta's really close to BC.
Yeah.
It's real close though.
There's Edmonton. That's a pretty popular place.
Yeah. Edmonton, Calgary are the two. But hey, so I would say like, hey man, if you can get to Calgary and it's easier to get to Calgary than it is to get to US and you can take that opportunity, take it because man.
And stay with your uncle for free.
Yeah, because Canada is, and go in the summer. Go in the summer. Do not go to Canada in the wintertime. But go in the summer, and it's great there, man. It's pretty much you're gonna get almost all the same things as the United States.
For sure.
The only difference is that Canada, the taxes are higher, but you don't gotta worry about that. You're just visiting, so it's not a big deal. So I would do that. It's the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing.
Sid said she's wearing sunglasses indoors. Come on. So this is actually the first stream where she's been wearing sunglasses. They were sitting on like this little record player right here, and right when I clicked like the live button, I was like, you know what? I should put these fucking sunglasses on Esther. And so now she's got the sunglasses on, but she normally doesn't. She's gonna be in her Christmas attire soon. She during the holidays she wears a very festive dress, a Santa hat, stuff like that. That'll be something for you guys to look forward to. Yeah, she dresses up appropriately with the what did I just there? Thank God. Sid said lingerie. I mean, we could probably put her in some lingerie.
We could figure that out.
Yeah, if I can get, I'm not gonna go buy lingerie, but if somebody can donate some lingerie, I'll put Esther in some lingerie. Chop said, no, it wouldn't. I have a pic of you holding her by the neck with one arm. Yeah. Do you still have that picture, Chop? Actually, I might have it. If I don't have it, you should send me that picture though. I forgot that we did that. That was a weird night. There were a lot of like, oh yes, I do have the picture. I was only holding her torso. I was holding her torso with one arm. Let's clarify that. He's like, you bitch. Ah, God damn it. Hang on. Can you show that to the camera, Austin? Can you see if you can get that to like focus? Oh wait, there it goes. Yeah. I was holding up her torso with one arm above my head.
Fuck, dude, it's hard to like get it. You can't see it.
It's very bright, yeah. Yeah, that's good enough. There it is. Yeah, perfect. That's not her whole body.
He's like, you bitch. Lies.
Elephant said boobies. Sid said sinner. No, I wasn't. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything like sin related. I can't remember what it was.
Dude, she was lying to us.
She pissed me off somehow. Yeah, and so I had to snatch her.
Things they've reconciled, made peace. Everybody understood.
Yeah, we're good now.
She understood what she did wrong. Everything's figured out.
But that was the thing. She's taller than I am for sure. So it's like it. If it was a whole body lift, it would be.
Chill.
Hey, thank you, Sydney, for the follow. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Lucas said, if I remember correctly, there was something like a green card lottery. Do you know something about that?
No, I don't know about the process.
Not even slightly, you know.
Like, I don't know about like the visa process and the green card process. Like,
not even a little bit.
It might be a lot harder to get into Canada than the United States. Honestly, I don't really know how that works. But
I have no clue. Yeah.
Unfortunately. Good luck, though.
Yeah, best of luck. I was just looking at the time because normally we stream late.
Yeah.
And I just looked at the time and I realized, I'm like, man, it's only 6:40. We should start doing more like early streams. It's like a I like it. Yeah.
If you want to, dude, I'm down, dude. I'm always down to do a little stream.
It's just nice, like not like getting to like peak conversation at like 1 o'clock in the morning, you know?
Right. Yeah, for sure. for sure.
At least like weekend streams. Weekend streams I like to go late because like people want to be up late.
Yeah.
You know? But like weeknight streams, yeah, like this time frame that we hit is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. You want to get into like a topic real quick, dude? Because we've just been riffing, dude. Like we haven't even really got into any of our topics yet.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of up to you. I don't really
do?
care. None of my topics were like super good, so we can do whatever.
We can watch like a TwitchCon video real quick. Maybe you want to watch like Adriana Chachik real quick.
Is that the chick that broke her back?
Dude, so
Yeah,
everyone,
so-
dude, people do not understand how to title things. Like for a while, it was just like, girl broke her back at TwitchCon. And then I was like, streamer broke her back at TwitchCon.
Yeah.
And then I had to dig into it and figure out that it's Adriana Chechik, like world-renowned porn star, like top tier, like top 10, 1%, 1.1. She's like literally top 10
she's like the
porn
pinnacle.
stars in the world.
And she snapped her spinal cord,
dude, I mean,
in two places.
So many people made so many memes.
Yeah,
Like there was one meme that I found on there.
I've
what
got
was
a bunch too. I'll look them up in a second. Luca said it was about so it was about winning a U.S. visa. Don't know if it still works, but it was very unfair to people. But guys, I wanted to ask you if you have a daily job or are you like content creators? Yeah, so I don't know anything about the hey, Soggy Muffins, welcome back. Thank you. I don't know anything about the U.S. visa winning thing. I really have no clue about that. Yeah, it's nothing that I've heard about. Hey, Gala, Jesus Christ. Galabitui, Gala. I'm going to work this one out phonetically. Galebitu Ludwig. Hello. Thank you for stopping in. I don't know if there's something easier that we can call you, but let us know. And then Luco said, do you guys have a daily job? Gala Beta Ludwig. Okay. Or Betty, Gala Betty Ludwig. But yes, we do have daily jobs, Luco. We're not just content creators. I wish I could say that we were full-time content creators, but no, we have daily jobs, and we stream a few nights a week whenever we get the opportunity to. And yeah, we just come out and hang out with the people that want to come see us. And hey, Sid, thank you for the sub. That's awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, we just come out and hang out and talk to people, and we do what we can. Hopefully, give a little bit of entertainment to you guys a few nights a week, and that's about it. Yes, you said it right. Just call me Ludwig. Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you. And then Sid sent a smiley face, and it's Ava. Yeah, Ava's she's back here. So Ava's like obsessed with the stream, Sid. I don't know why. Like every single time we come in the office, she's been sleeping all day. Like has not moved. She's just been sleeping all day. Not done a damn thing. Even like I fed her earlier, and I was like, oh, come get your dinner, and she wouldn't move. But then as soon as we come in the office, she like grabbed a bone, came in here, took a quick like 30-minute nap, and then now she's like all about the stream. Sid said I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah, she does. She gets all of her toys and gets in here, and she gets super pumped. And
I'll put the camera down.
She likes this. She likes when people socialize. I think she
a lot.
She likes to just gnaw on a bone while people are socializing. I like to think that, like, you know, all of her ancestors, you know, like that's what dogs do, you know. I mean, she's doing that the whole time we're streaming. That's what she does, and she won't do that. She won't do that if people, you know, if she won't. She only does that when like people are socializing, you know. Yeah,
she will not like. Yeah, she won't be in this office unless we're in here streaming. Ludwig said, doggo, when I see a dog, I get kind of sad. Why do you get sad when you see a dog? Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. Tell us what happened, man.
Sid said, bring her to the shop or else. Yeah, I'll bring her to the shop. She's going to like jump on people for sure. But she's like, she's one of those people she's one of those dogs, like when she sees new people that she doesn't recognize, she gets very like hyperactive, and so she starts jumping on people like crazy. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. Ludwig said, I had 6 puppies and then one died of no food. and then one suffocated under a blanket or under a wooden plank. Jeez, that's a bummer. I guess that's like one of those things. That's why I've never had like litters of puppies except when I was a kid, but like puppies are fragile, man. And like, it's like a common thing, especially, I don't know about with puppies so much, but like with kittens, like the moms will like neglect them or like, I don't know. It's like one of those tough things, but I guess it's like, it's the cycle of life almost in a sense. Like if the mom can't support enough of them, she'll just fucking not support some of them, you know? It's like a bummer to see, but yeah. I mean, it's like same thing. You can find like, there's like videos of, it's like birds getting thrown out of the nest. Like when mama birds will just like toss little baby birds out. Like, I guess it's like all the other birds are better off because of it, but yeah, it does kind of suck to.
Yeah, like the Spartans, right?
To see. Yeah, essentially. Hey, Soggy,
Oh, no,
Soggy Muffins
dude.
donated 500 bits and said doing this to hopefully get enough points for a milk and whiskey.
Dude,
All
I
right.
kind of already drank.
I'll do a milk and whiskey.
Thank God, dude, because like I've
Yep.
kind of already drank a decent. I mean, I think I'll drink a little bit more, but man, it's now starting to kind of like
I'll do a milk and whiskey.
catch up to me. Cheers, everyone. We're drinking some Prosecco.
Soggy said in luck I didn't. No, so what I'll do, Soggy, what I'll do for you, I'm going to make you a gentleman's deal, okay? Hopefully you know what a gentleman's deal is. I will do a milk and whiskey for you just based off of the 500-bit donation. But when you get enough channel points to redeem the milk and whiskey, like redeem it for something else. Or save it for the next stream. Like don't redeem your channel point milk and whiskey in the same stream that I'm going to do a milk and whiskey for you, like just for the bits. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you can agree to that.
Paid for it.
Yeah. You paid bits for it. I'll do it. But don't then like use your channel points and redeem another one, or else I'll refund it. And I won't feel bad. I'll accept it and I won't do it and you'll lose your points. How about that?
One per night.
Yeah.
For you at least.
Yeah.
Because like
yeah.
milk and whiskeys are tough.
They're fucking disgusting.
They honestly aren't that great.
Ludwig said,
They don't, I thought they would taste better.
Yeah, they're really bad. Sid said with egg yolk. I'm not gonna do it with egg yolk. Sorry to break it to you, Sid. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna do a milk and whiskey shot with egg yolks in it. That's fucking disgusting. Ludwig said, how do I recommend a video for you to react to? So if you join our Discord, at the link right there is a channel that says react, and you can put it in there, and we'll have somebody check it out, and we could possibly get to it to react to on stream. Soggy said, I made an impulsive decision on Saturday. What did you do on Saturday? Let's hear it. Tell us about it. I'm gonna go get a glass of milk. I'm gonna get a glass of milk and a shot glass. I'll be right back.
What was the Slovakian? Is it Luke?
Oh, Luco. Luke. Yeah.
Luke. Is it Luco? Anyways, our Slovakian viewer, I know you're new, so I saw you. Was it you that said you worked in a asylum of sorts? Was that you that said that? What's it, like? What type of asylum? If that's true. Oh, Soggy Muffins just bought a new car. What type of car? An impulsive decision to buy a car? That sounds fun, my brother. I want to hear that story, dude. Go ahead and let us know about it, man. Let us know about it. Hey, you can honestly, you rarely can go wrong with buying a new car. I mean, mode of transportation is very important as an American. It's very important. Okay, so Luco says yes to the asylum story. Okay, so like, what type of asylum is? Who are we watching over? Like, what's going on here? You have any strange stories that you want to maybe tell us about? I'd be curious to hear. Like, I don't even know what in the hell a Slovakian asylum would be like, but a 2018 Soggy Muffins bought A 2018 Mustang GT Premium. Oh boy, a premium? I don't even know what premium means, but I bet you we're gonna look through some pictures here real quick. And I want to see what a premium looks like. What does premium mean? As opposed to like a regular. Oh boy. Hey man. A Mustang? American made, right? I mean, Ford, right? I don't know. It doesn't sound wrong to me. Also, you bought it used. It's 4 years old. That's smart. It's very smart. It's still new. How many miles we got on that thing, huh? Comes with leather seats and stuff. Oh, the premium is leather seats. That's important. That's nice, man. That's nice. Leather seats I like leather seats personally. Honestly, if I was going to buy a Mustang and it didn't have leather seats, I don't know if I'd buy it. To be honest with you, if I'm going to buy a Mustang or if I'm going to buy like a Beamer.
Oh, yeah.
And
Luxury cars. Yeah.
I don't even know if
leather
BMWs
seats.
come without leather seats, to be honest with you.
They do. They're
Okay.
not the new ones, though, the old ones.
Okay.
I knew somebody that had a Beamer, a 3 Series with leather seats. It was like a 320 or something with, sorry, not with leather seats, with cloth seats. But yeah, it's kind of like the standard. I personally
18,000 miles, bro. Good
Damn.
find. That's for 2018. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why they didn't use it, but
I personally hate leather seats, but it's the same thing. If I was going to buy like a nicer car, it would have leather seats.
yeah.
Like my dad has a Range Rover with leather seats, and he used to let me drive it, and I fucking hate the leather seats.
So you don't like leather seats?
No, they're sticky.
You don't like the
in
way it feels?
summer.
So
Yeah.
they are sticky in the summer. And you know what else? When you're wet,
Yeah.
and then you put your seat on the leather,
Yeah.
it kind of hurts your skin.
Yep.
'Cause
And
it sticks.
and I constantly wear I wear shorts that I would call it. You can see them here. I wear shorts that like you would call shorter than like what the average person wears. Like I wear short shorts when I'm wearing shorts. And so like not only does like the back of my calf stick to the leather, like the whole back of my thigh is on the leather because like I wear like short hoochie daddy shorts. Sid said, "Ayo, wet." Yeah, exactly. I get absolutely just sopping wet on on the leather seats. All right, where's Soggy? Here's your milk and whiskey. He said BMW maintenance is crazy. Had a 2017 and upkeep was crazy. Yeah, BMWs are any foreign car for that matter is like the upkeep and the maintenance on it is like the reason they're expensive isn't like just the retail cost of the car. Like the entire cost of owning the car is expensive, unfortunately. But all right, for anybody that's new to the show, Soggy redeemed a milk and whiskey, which, as it sounds, is a shot of whiskey and some milk to chase it back. So
Good luck, my brother.
it's been a while since I've done one of these. All right. Thank you, Soggy, for stopping in. Thank you for the bits donation. We appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get it.
That didn't sound good going down. It sounded gross. That sounded thick.
It's whole milk. Just so you guys.
Lucofono
just so you
says,
guys know.
I am a nurse in psychiatry. We take care of people with mental issues.
Oh,
Also,
interesting.
we have got addicted people. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people with addiction issues have mental issues. Last shift, I went to MRI with my patient. Sheesh.
Yeah.
By the walk, he had epilepsy. He had fucking epilepsy. Patient. Attacked 7 times in a row. Oh, geez. Sorry about my horrible reading. I was alone at midnight in the dark spot of the hospital. Nobody, just me.
And nobody gives enough. Shit gets creepy sometimes. Yeah. That sounds horrifying. Like a dark spot in a hospital with a patient that's like having epilepsy and also has like known mental issues. That sounds very creepy.
Yeah.
Ugh, terrible. That shot was disgusting. Ludwig earlier too said Ava do be licking. Yeah, she's going to town.
Yeah,
dude.
man. I just think about that a lot, huh? I just think about that. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking about that a lot. That's interesting, you know? I like that type of stuff, you know?
Creepy stuff?
Is it okay? So there's an element of it's creepy, but it goes back to that thing where I was talking about. I've been on this thing lately, man, and it's kind of been on me lately. It's been a reoccurring theme over my life. So it's not creepy. What it is it's like this. It's like this sort of like, I hate to call it like, because you know it's that cringy word like it's that cringy word deep. I don't want to say it's like deep, but maybe there's a better word I can think for it. But it's like it's like real. It's like something that hits you, it makes you go like, oh man, that's life. And just like makes you go like, oh man, that's like the realness of life. Like it's a real, how do I get at it? You know, it's like well, man, I've heard it before. It's like a prostitute walking out of the bar, walking down the side the alley, walking out the backside of the bar, down the alley, getting on the ground and just like vomiting. You know what I mean? It's like about, you know, the priest who's like, you know, sits there every day and thinks, you know, like maybe I should just like screw it all and just go have sex with a prostitute.
Yeah.
It's about like it's about the real parts of life, you know? It's just like this type of stuff that the Buddha saw that made him go like, damn, life isn't just like living on blankets and eating great fruit and having amazing sex with beautiful women. It's like life is actually also like the other side of life too, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, dude, that sucks, you know? Like when somebody gets cancer, or like when someone dies and you didn't think they were going to die and you didn't even get to talk to them, and then you think like the last time you did talk to them, it was like kind of vapid. Yeah. And you didn't really say much to them, and you weren't really thinking it was going to be important or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just like all that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily like that's creepy, but like what I'm thinking about from Luca Fono's perspective is like, as an American, right? I'm sitting here thinking like, in America, if there's an asylum, she'd probably have a little bit more security than she does over there in Slovakia, you know? And that just sucks. Like, there's no difference. Like, you're a nurse just as like an American's a nurse, you know what I mean? And so like, you should have the same privileges that like we have over here, but maybe because, I don't know, maybe the budget's not as big. You're in a dark spot of an asylum hospital. It's like there shouldn't be any dark spots, and nobody should be alone.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to ever feel like not safe. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's that way in America. Like, I hope it's not as much because we're super like privileged here. But it's definitely like, I think about all that all the time. Like how someone in Czechia or Slovakia or like someone in like Colombia is like a nurse, a doctor, knows just as much as the other guy over there in America, but they just don't have as much.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Let's see. Ludwig said the thing I want you to watch is in the Discord. Cool, we'll check it out in a minute. Sid said, my mom had a patient once who was positive for HIV/AIDS, and he would bite his own tongue and then spit at the doctors and nurses to try and infect them. Like, she had to wear a blood shield and everything.
What?
Fuck, dude.
What?
Yeah,
what
that's insane. That? Well, so Sid, what did your mom do? I don't know what your mom did. But so it's funny because like, coming from a family who like their parents worked in law enforcement or like in corrections, like my dad, I guess not like quite the same, but like same thing, like
crazy shit like that.
Yeah. Like my dad said that he would be like working in prison, like in the prison, and you'd be like an ADSEC, which is like in solitary confinement. And you'd have some like schizophrenic patient in there that was in their cell, and they'd have to be like pulled out for a medical appointment. Yep. And all of a sudden, like they knew that their medical appointment was at 1 o'clock. So 12:55 would hit, and they would just strip down naked, and they would just start like, they'd shit in their hand. Yep. And as soon as the fucking gates open, they just start throwing it at people. Yep. And like same thing, just trying to fucking just get like the most disgusting, like infectious stuff on people. It's fucking terrible.
What's wild is, so we're childhood friends. So we grew up in the same town. We grew up like, dude, so this is one of those things. Remember earlier when I was talking about that professor that I was talking about? He was like, imagine he's an Episcopalian preacher. Imagine like, or maybe he was Lutheran. Imagine a big burly glasses, crazy frizzy gray hair.
Yeah.
And then like a big burly gray. He almost looked kind of like a Jewish, like a Reuben character, you know, kind of joyful, you know, like big Santa Claus beard. So this is self-reflection. I didn't realize this because you'd be like, no, I didn't see Susanville that way. But this is what Susanville is. So the town that we grew up in, you guys, if you guys have ever seen the movie Hunger Games, you know, District 12 or whatever the town they grew up in, that's Susanville.
Yeah.
So like it's a town out in the middle of the forest and everyone doesn't work at the mine. Everyone works at the prison. It's the same thing though. You know what I mean? If you watch Hunger Games and you watch what District 12 is, that's the town that we grew up in. It's pretty wild. That town, District 12 does exist in America. And actually that book's really well done. Like she actually describes like Hunger Games is just America. Like she describes it perfectly well. Like go look at Hollywood. Like look at the way people are dressing now in Hollywood. Like back when Hunger Games first came out, it was like, oh, look at these silly people like dressed in like the guys are wearing makeup and stuff, you know? Now it's like that's actually what Hollywood looks like, you know what I mean? It's pretty wild. She was spot on. I think her name's Suzanne Collins. Shout out. But we grew up in District 12. For anyone who doesn't know what Susanville is, just think District 12. And like think about this, man. What's so crazy is the story that he tells about the poop and the guy throwing the poop. I knew he was going to tell a poop story, but I like because there's so many poop stories. They always resort to poop. They love to. Our parents. It's your parents are on one side or the other in that town. You know, your parents are either being watched or they're the watchers.
Yep.
And our parents were the watchers, but like they always tell stories about like how they like to freak out the watchers by
throwing poop at them,
or maybe pooping and eating it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
that's another super common one. Yeah.
I knew he was gonna tell a poop story. Like I knew before he was telling it that he was gonna tell a poop story because like that's just what they do. They do other things too. They like fight and stuff, but it's wild, dude. They do wild stuff. It's crazy. I was gonna tell a poop story, but then I was like, oh, I bet he's gonna tell a poop story.
Yeah. Sid said she also had an Ebola case where he would try to cough in their mouths with blood spores. Fuck, dude.
Why are these people trying to like give it to other people? That's horrible.
That's the thing that's like super fucked up. Ludwig said this is deep. Lucas said I've been bitten many times. I've worked there for 4 years and I'm 23 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a nurse. Like I don't know,
but in a psychiatric facility. So I was looking at a job recently that I was about to apply for. That was at the psych facility in Reno.
Oh, really?
And I know somebody that works there. And the only reason that I haven't put in for it yet was because they weren't willing to match my pay, unfortunately. So like, because so my job, like normally if you like switch to like another another job, they would like match it. But since this was a state job and they were like, we're not going to match it. And it was it was like something crazy, like a $15,000 a year pay cut. And I was like, but like the position caps out at the same that I make. And so I was like, can you guys just start me out at the capped out spot and make me the same amount of money? And they were like, no. And I was like, oh, like I don't really want it then. And they were like, but we need people. And I was like, yeah, but like I sit in an air conditioned office for 10 hours a day and do nothing and like make this amount of money. Like I'm not going to like take a pay cut and lose my weekends off and have to work swing shift and deal with people pooping on me all day long for $15,000 a year less. Like that doesn't sound like a fucking fair trade-off. But yeah, it's like same thing, like the biting and scratching and shit.
That's wild. I just like I love helping people, but it's like
yep. Ludwig said I'm 14 and this is deep. Yeah, sorry Ludwig if we were getting a bit deep on you.
Hey dude, it's all right.
I got a bit.
Get started early.
Yeah, I got a bit far back in chat. Sid said she was a combat nurse. Damn, good for her. That's awesome. She saw a lot of shit. Her and my dad were both in Gulf Wars in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Oh, wow.
After she got out of the military, she would travel to places that were hit hard, and that's where she would see wild shit. Damn, that's crazy. Good. I mean, fucking great on your mom, though. That's awesome. That's super cool. Like, especially that the fact that she did it in the military and then got out and then went and did it as a civilian, like, that's always like one of those signs, like, not signs, but like, that's like, you can tell that somebody has like a true heart or like pure intentions. Like when somebody does something like same thing, like they'll go and like they'll be in the military, go and do this job, and then they'll go and do like humanitarian aid. You know what I mean? Like that's like super commendable. I think at least like,
yeah.
Like, because if you're in the military and they like send you somewhere shitty, like you don't have a choice. Like you're gonna fucking you gotta go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get out afterwards and like go do it afterwards, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's like I said, it's crazy. It's you know, you're really helping people there, but then you're on a whole nother level. It's like you're helping people, but you're helping people that maybe they don't even know that they didn't even know or they didn't want your help. It's like that's
Sid said after that I said I was never gonna. I just had a stroke. After that, I said I was never going to see that shit, so I went to aviation. Yeah, that makes sense. And then said, Mama G is a homie. She helped me with my foot after Africa. Yeah, that's badass. Your mom sounds like a fucking dope person. Then Ludwig said, when will you watch it? I've been waiting for 16 minutes. We'll get to your video eventually, man. Don't worry. Don't worry.
dang. Wait, Africa? Dude?
We're in the midst.
Are you even allowed to talk about Africa?
You can talk about Africa.
Dude, I thought Trump said you're not allowed to talk about Africa, dude. He said, hey,
yeah, she'll be back.
Put your cell phone away. You put your damn cell phone away. I thought that's what Trump said. Said, don't talk about Africa, dude. We're not allowed to be in Africa.
Trump's not the president anymore, dude. Listen to what Baidu says.
Freaking... No, dude, I swore my allegiance. I swore my allegiance to that man.
Yeah. Sid said it's a long story. Jalen knows. Yeah, I know the story. I can... I'll fill him in afterwards if you don't mind. Ludwig said the video is just 3 minutes and 44 seconds long. All right, we'll check the video out real quick. Let's see. So what is the context for this video? Like, what are we, is it just,
wait, hold on, dude. Hold on a second, bro.
What?
I'm watching this. This is spoilers.
Oh, are you watching this currently?
Kinda. I watched season 1.
My girlfriend. Is this okay? So
I might watch this in the
okay.
future.
So we'll ask Ludwig. Is this going to spoil?
This is best scenes.
Yeah. So maybe we won't watch it.
I might watch this in the future.
Normally we do watch all the videos that get posted. Is this going to spoil something for him if he's watching it currently?
Attack on Titan's cool though.
Sid said you totally can. It's you totally can. It's cool. And a funny fucking story. Yeah, it is a funny story. I'll tell you afterwards, Austin. Because yeah, Austin didn't realize that I knew you either in real life, Sid. But yeah, I'll fill him in, at least on the brief detail. I don't know too much about it, but I'll give him the.
See, look, he's saying stuff like someone so dies and shit.
Jesus Christ.
See, I don't want to see this, dude.
Yeah. All right, Ludwig. Unfortunately, we're not going to watch the video.
But hey, dude, like people, so on this stream, people recommended that I watch Attack on Titan
a long time ago.
And so I talked, and you know, we started watching season 1, and I haven't. Now I'm in the middle of watching the House of Dragon, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And so I'm not watching Attack on Titan right now, but I will get into that. That's like something I think I'll get into. You know what I watched? You know what I realized to get back into this? I think, and I've heard it since on Destiny kind of talk about this on his stream, where with anime, I think it's maybe because of the war. That was my thinking too. Oh my God, dude. Japanese anime? Like, dude, sometimes I was watching Attack on Titan and I've only been through episode, I think this kid's 14.
Yeah.
Dude, like, it's heavy, bro. Like the first episode or whatever, the giant is eating the mother's, like, eats her face off in front of the daughter and the son, and it's just like it does it very well, where it's like it's very serious, dude, and it made me kind of go like, okay, I'm kind of uncomfortable. This show might be too dark for me, and I think a lot of Japanese anime is very dark, and I think that they're like, you know, you see it in a lot of their video games, like it's very dark, like. It's heavy duty. It's very violent and very, like, it's very visceral violent. It's very, like, you ever seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
You know how, like, in the very first scene, it's like, that's kind of like anime is the very first scene in Saving Private Ryan. Like, you know, the dude's arm is off. He's looking for it and shit. You know, it's like that. It's very, like, war. Damn. War is real. War, like, will destroy your whole family. Like, your dad's gonna go. Then your you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And anime, I think, does a really good job. Like, over here in America, we're like, yeah, we're we're eating sugar, having fun, you know, like we've never had war over here, you know, like it's like we're very like it's like when you've had 2 nukes on your country, like
Yeah.
shit gets a lot more serious.
That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, Ludwig, so what I'll tell you, because at least you joined the Discord, so what I'll tell you, like I said, normally we watch every single video that gets posted, unless it has something to do like that where it's going to be a spoiler. Yeah,
and
more or less.
Sometimes we're watching a lot of videos and things get backed up, and so
Yeah.
like I'll watch them. If we don't watch them on stream, I promise you, like I'll watch them later, and I'll type my reaction to it in Discord.
Well, so that's what I was going to say. So Austin is not going to watch it because he's actually watching the show. But I know for a fact I'm not watching the show, so I will watch the video as soon as we get off. And then, yeah, I'll at least like let you know my reaction. But literally the only reason that we're not watching it is because he's actively watching the TV show.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
Yeah. Well, you said you watched season 1, right?
I've watched season 1,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's a lot of seasons. There's a lot of seasons.
But this is 4. That's pretty close to the fucking beginning. Like,
True.
Yeah.
True. But I plan on watching the whole thing, like,
Yeah.
or at least I plan on watching a good amount. I plan on continuing to watch more. But right now I'm watching freaking Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, dude. You heard that one, dude? That one came out.
Hey, Luco, thank you for the follow, man. We
Oh,
appreciate
thank
it.
you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Watching that one, and what was it? Ring of Power is also out. I'll watch that. I'm picking. I'm.
Is that the new Lord of the
picking-
Rings one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Game of Thrones. Although I love Tolkien, love Lord of the Rings, but I'm not that series is. I'm not gonna say. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah. Sid said war is heck. War is indeed heck. Lucas said, if you want to see a parody for my country, search Peter Slovakia on YouTube. It's in English. And you will get an image of where I live. Let's see real quick.
That's great, dude. I love how like European countries are smaller, so like there's a little bit more of like a common heritage.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we have that one meme, that meme guy. Everybody in the city, everyone knows.
Everybody
him.
watches this guy. Yeah. I said it's funny though. So I looked up the channel. Is there like a specific video? Like there's this one right here that says the worst thing about Slovakia and it has 1 million views. Is that a good video to watch?
My name is Peter. Oh, is everybody in Slovakia's name Peter?
Maybe.
Hey, Stinky!
Hey, Chop, you're back. Thank you, Chop, for the hey stinky. It's been such a long time since we've gotten hey stinkied. Chop said 10K bits badge. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's sick.
Jeez. It says number 2 cheer for the week.
Damn,
10K
bro.
bit. That's fucking wild. Thank you, Chop. Thank you for always supporting the show, man.
Seriously,
we love it.
dude.
All right, let's see. We'll watch this video real quick. The worst thing about Slovakia, and then
Big Lebowski.
Ludwig. Oh yeah, yep, I see it right there. And then Ludwig said, the next he sent another video, and it's a meme about season 1.
Oh, Chop, you got a sick new banner, bro.
Whoa, bro! Holy hell! Yeah, I've never seen that banner. It took a second to
Or
update.
it's a badge,
but-
I guess. It's a badge.
Yeah, it took a second to update because
Fuck yeah, dude.
when you said 10K bits, it still showed the number 2 bits leader. But yeah, that fucking 10K badge is fucking sick. That's wild.
Sweet.
Yeah, you have a ton of badges. Jeez, Chop. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's take a look and see why Slovakia is a shithole. Is that what we're looking at? The worst things about Slovakia. Basically, yeah. Yeah, thank you again to everybody new and old that's come in. Oh yeah, Ludwig said I'm heading out. Goodbye. Thank you so much for stopping in. Don't watch it this stream. My online class is about to start. All right, Ludwig, we will save it for the next stream. If you come in to the next stream, make sure to remind us. We will check it out definitely. Thank you so
Perfect.
much, man. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for joining the Discord. We appreciate it. Like I said, we appreciate everybody, new and old. Thank you, Sid, also for stopping in. That's awesome. All right, let's see why Slovakia fucking sucks.
Time to lose most of my subscribers. I am from Slovakia, a small country in Eastern Europe that... sorry, Central Europe. We are not Eastern Europe. We get mad if someone refers to us as
bro,
Eastern
Yeah,
Europe.
pause right there.
that's
I told
exactly what
dude.
you said. Yeah,
I knew it, dude. I knew
you
there was
said
gonna
the
be...
exact same thing. Yep.
I could tell by the way you came in about it that I know all you Europeans
Central
are,
Europe. Yep.
you're very like why because what is Central Europe? Central Europe, Central Europe, that's like Slavic sort of Balkans. We're Middle Europe. We're like, you're probably Catholic. You don't consider yourselves Eastern European.
Yeah.
You're Catholic Protestant.
Yep.
I'm guessing, but that's why when you came in, you're like, I'm from Middle Europa. I'm like, oh, here we go. This guy's got his whole thing. Like, I'm curious why you put Middle Europe. Like, you guys make a big distinction on that. Anyways.
What do you mean Eastern Europe? We are Central Europe, not Eastern. Is this our Eastern Europe?
He's a Slav.
Yeah,
It can
exactly.
be quite challenging to be from a country that is not very well known in the world. You need to deal with all sorts of terrible reactions.
Ah, Slovenia. Czechoslovakia.
Russia.
Is that in the US?
Yugoslavia.
Ah, so it's a country.
That's near Russia. There's a whole fucking country between us and Russia, okay?
Yeah, Central.
I got so frustrated by these reactions.
Let's see. Yeah, I was like, that's very. I mean, yeah. I guess if you say like, he said there's one country between us and Russia. Like, if you count the Ukraine,
But
it's
see-
like they're pretty far away from Russia.
See,
like,
the thing though here is that Slovakians want to see themselves as like Austrian, German, sort of like Czech Republic sort of. And some people when they hear Slovakia, they go like, oh, that's kind of like Bosnia or Serbia or like Russia, right? Or like Eastern European.
yeah.
Country between us and Russia, okay?
Lucas said you get a point.
I got so frustrated by these reactions that rather than telling the truth, I started to come up with absurd answers.
Where are you from?
Mordor.
Well, at least you're not from Slovakia.
Yeah, many people think we are a third world country, and I can picture what they imagine when I say I'm from Slovakia.
Oh, dude, great, dude. What is it, Gopnik?
Mom, the
think those are called
electricity is
Gopniks,
back on.
right?
Let's fry the pig's feet. I ate them raw. Ah, you disgusting bitch.
That is absolutely not true.
Jesus.
Apart from
Is it
electricity,
Gopnik
we have
squat?
the most
Like, what's the squat called? They all do that squat
The squat. Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
with the tracksuit and shit.
Yeah.
Once
majestic
again.
mountains, the most beautiful women, the most stunning nature.
Oh, that's
we are
pretty.
also the most racist nation in the European Union. Unfortunately, it's true. On the contrary, though, Slovaks are considered as incredibly generous people.
Come here, sweetie. Come get some apples.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm not hungry, but my friend John said he was the most popular sport in Slovakia.
That's phenomenal. I was literally gonna make a joke about how he's like, we're the most racist country in Europe, but also the most like gracious. But then, like, literally right before I was about to say it, they made like the meme in the video. I'm like, all right, that's great. That's beautiful.
Is ice hockey.
Oh, Eastern European,
2002.
Eastern Orthodox.
What a year. The annual Ice Hockey World Championship is a big event for the entire nation. We get our hopes up for 2 weeks and then we bitch about everything. A vicious cycle every year. Ja sa veľmi nezaujímam o hokej, ak mám pravdu povedať. Slovensku! Kokoti pojebaní, zase ideme s hambou domov, to je v piči táto krajina. Hokej to je to s tou nie, to je futbal. The Slovak cuisine is really delicious for many people. Not for me. We have so many dishes with sour cheese or sour milk. Man,
Ugh.
our national drink is basically spoiled milk. Who
What?
came up with this
I mean,
idea?
I'm
We
not.
have so much milk, but
I'll try it, bro, because I just didn't. I feel like he's not presenting it well.
Well,
But, like,
so
I
I-
like cheese, man. I like stinky cheese.
I like stinky cheese too. Isn't there like, so he said the national drink is like essentially spoiled milk. Isn't that kind of like in like the same thing in the Middle East? There's a super famous like
I don't know. Honestly.
it's like a spoiled yogurt drink that's like super famous in the Middle
I
East,
think all
UAE
yogurt's like
also.
spoiled. It's like
but this one's like very very spoiled, you know.
it's very stinky.
Yeah. But I like stinky cheese
Yeah,
too.
I feel like he's presenting it wrong.
Yeah. Lucas said maybe you'll come visit us one day. Yeah, I mean it's possible.
plain milk is so boring as a national drink. What about sweet milk? No. Chocolate milk? Spoiled milk? I think we got it.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's like the meme always. It's like super nasty. I would try it though. Like I said, I like sticky cheese too.
Customs and traditions that seem a bit odd to other people. In Slovakia during Easter, we pour water on women, then we whip them with a wooden whip, and then they give us money.
That's absolutely unacceptable. This shouldn't happen in the 21st century. Women are at least equal, if not superior.
Yeah, Slovakia may not be the best country for feminists. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of
I'll
this
tell you,
Easter
man. Hold
whipping,
on.
not because
I
I'm a
want to know more about that, dude. I want to know what's going on
Yeah.
there, dude. That sounds kind of cool. I don't know. That attracts a certain crowd, but I mean,
It does attract a certain crowd. Yeah, these fucking.
we get them wet and whip them.
It's like, yeah, you like you said, this guy's like he's definitely like not he's not like making it seem super great.
feminist, which I assure you I'm not. Come on, me? But because when I was a kid, my drunk uncle made Easter very traumatic for me.
Ah, you deserve some whipping. Happy Easter.
Uncle, stop! I'm not a girl. I'm your nephew, Peter.
Give me some money, you little shit, and
Uncle,
stop whining.
It hurts. You're drunk.
I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, what did I do? I hit enter. It went
right
all the way back.
But because when I was a kid, my drunk mention. We drink a lot. Slovakia may have its issues and terrible, terrible
do you guys
politicians,
drink?
but it has great potential. It's my country, and it'll always be in my... Wait. Hold on a second, I need to fix this.
Oh, I get it. So you get the joke?
The third world country
And
thing
don't forget
again.
to
Yeah.
subscribe!
That's fucking funny, dude.
That's great. So is this guy, Luco, the guy that you just linked, is he like the most famous, I'm assuming, the most famous Slovakian YouTuber? Because this dude's got a shit ton of subscribers and a shit ton of views. I guess I would assume
Bro,
he's probably
he
like,
has a ton of views.
That's
Some
what
of
I
his-
said,
Some
yeah.
of his videos, like he has a lot of videos that are with 1 million. He has, he has 800,000 subscribers. Like multiple videos with like close to like he's averaging 800,000 views.
with 800,000 subscribers. Yeah.
That's
Insane click-through,
insanity,
yeah.
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 Like even if you're getting like 300,000, 100,000, like that's insane.
That's a 50% click through. Yeah. That's
like he's having
wild.
quite often. He has a 800,000 plus video.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
super crazy.
That makes you go like, oh, every single one of his subscribers are actually just real Slovakian people.
Yeah,
There's no
probably.
freaking there's no bots that are like helping him out. You know what I mean? There's no bot farm helping out some guy in Slovakia.
Yeah, like all his views are like legit, like just Slovakian people that like want to
Yeah.
watch
Oh,
his
another
content.
Peter
Yeah.
video.
That's hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah, he does have a shit ton of viewers. I would guess, yeah, he probably is one of the most, if not the most popular YouTuber there.
Sweet.
That was great. Luca said he did get a lot of attention by his specific vids. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're from Slovakia and you're like looking up Slovakia, then this is probably the dude you'd come across. His videos are well done too. But yeah, he has a lot of views. But yeah, who knows? Maybe one day we'll go to Slovakia and we'll go there and we'll drink the spoiled milk, you know? Go check it out for the spoiled milk and the stinky cheese. What do you think, Oz? About ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, we could wrap it up, dude. I think we did a pretty good stream.
I think so too. I'm getting about to
I appreciate you
wrap
guys.
it up time, yeah.
Appreciate everyone who tuned in.
Yeah.
We had that was a fun stream,
Definitely was. It was a quick one.
and
But,
we'll be back again soon. Though.
still
I'll tell you
good
guys that. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the new viewers. We had a couple
Yeah.
people subscribe too. I appreciate you guys. Taco Man, dude, I know you subscribed. I know Sid was in here. Sid was dropping shit.
Yeah.
We had freaking
Sid, Luco, Ludwig.
Choppa dropped some shit. Ludwig was dropping some. You guys, like, I don't even know why you guys do that. Like, it's like beyond me. We are not worthy. I should get on my hands and knees right now and just go up and down Wayne's World style. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. But I appreciate you guys. I want to come back and do it again soon with you guys. If we can come back and do it with you guys again soon, come back with us. Let's do it again. Come back with more videos. Come back with more topics. We'll talk about more shit. Maybe it'll be funny. I know I went down like kind of like, oh man, life is so fucking real rabbit hole for a second there. And it was a short one. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Appreciate you guys having some laughs. Appreciate you guys learning some. I learned a little bit. I definitely learned a little bit. I think that's really cool when international viewers come in. It's a cool opportunity for us to learn about what's going on in the world. So I appreciate that. I really, really thank you guys all. And I guess I just can't wait to see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
Hope you guys come back again soon. Turn on the notification should be there. So I'll see you guys again soon.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Before we log off, remember that you can check us out on all of our other socials. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Two Fucking Dudes. Remember that you can also check us out on YouTube at Two Fucking Dudes. We have a few of our original videos on there, as well as the VODs of the stream. They will be available on Twitch as well as on YouTube as well, so you can check them out over there. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. Remember that you can also check out our merch shop at the link that is in the description to get any of your Two Fucking Dudes merch. If you guys are interested, remember you can also check us out at our mug shop, where you can get our Alien Dudes mug that is back there, perfect for all of your hot drinks, your morning coffee, whatever. We appreciate you guys checking those out. Also, thank you to the sponsor of our show, that is repsports.com. Remember that you can go to repsports.com, that's reppsports.com, and use promo code 2dudesfuggin for 15% off your order. Whether you're looking for some new workout supplements, some cool athletic gear, you can find all that stuff over at repsports.com. That's reppsports.com, and use promo code 2dudesfuggin for 15% off of your order. Thank you so much to all the new people that stopped in. Thank you to all the old people that stopped in. We appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. As always, take care. We will see you on the next stream. Adios.
Knowledge. Knowledge.